sitting on.
It's just so fun to play
Okay,
with. I have to put it away or I'm not going to pay attention.
Welcome back to the Day Playbook. Sorry, there's a couple people out of order. We are missing Xander tonight, but we will.
Boo!
Always running away from all the D&D stuff.
I know. It's like he doesn't.
The
like
old
us.
lady scared him.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was. He
Ladies.
couldn't handle the tea and chill.
Yep.
Teen.
She's gonna need 3 to 5 business days to recover.
At least. Plus
Any
she
more
can
than
be
that,
like,
they need to consult a
God.
cleric.
Oh wow.
So,
I'm telling you, he was like recovering from being drunk last session. I can just, poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna try to get the whole path and stuff?
oh,
It's just
Joey, shut up.
From me. I'm on my phone.
let me just quick fix this.
we can hear you.
Hi, Joey.
Or channel, I don't know if he hears you. Yeah, he does.
Apologize for any audio issues tonight. Some of the computers are not working out well, so phones are being used. A couple things before we start. Don't forget, to the end of the month, we're still doing Gamers Outreach Charity. Check out the link right beneath the screen. Help out any kids that are in the hospital for Kids on Time. This goes to get them electronics via games to entertain themselves during the process. Outside of that, we're officially announcing now that we have a partnership with, if you're in the southern Wisconsin area, we have a partnership with a bar called Five Bar. That every other Thursday starting in April, we'll actually be doing sessions there. It has nothing to do with our campaigns, but we'll teach you games. If you want to learn how to be a DM, learn how to play D&D, if you want to participate in one-shots, they will happen. First session is April 11th, but that one will be a view only, as is the first session. We'll have players that are part of the group there to kind of show everybody what we do.
Yep.
So check it out, Five Bar. It is in Beloit, Wisconsin. If you're nearby, come out and check it out. It's a lot of fun. Outside of that, I think that is it. So we're going to go right to the intro.
Dark as you were.
And we're
But-
back.
Yay!
I just want to make sure the
We're
audio
here.
is working okay.
Ready,
Okay,
we're
looks like
ready,
we're doing
we're
good.
ready,
Alright.
we're ready,
So-
ready.
Last we left off, the team themselves in the Mix's hometown within the Feywild. Some drama that occurred, different things that has happened, meeting up with Mix's twin sister, eventually meeting up with the elder, eventually decides to make a deal. That there are the travelers that keep crossing back and forth, orcs and other races similar to them, orcs, Goliaths, and etc., that are also native to the Feywild, but they are not magic casters, at least most of them. But they have a bad habit of crossing into towns and using their superior strength to do to them with very much of a bully-esque kind of style. But as of late, it has been becoming more dangerous. As you guys went to go see what this actually means, you went over to one of the runic stones. That is their kind of version of temples here, and you found out that literally everything in this area is dead. Since the Feywild is magic, everything living is magic, and whatever happened here literally drained out the magic out of the whole area. The grass beneath your feet, the trees themselves, everything looks like a giant meteor just crashed and just ripped out the whole area. In the process, Renora gets a voice communion to her, but no one else hears this voice. Time is still moving, and only Renora sees this orc female hand with a familiar voice coming over, narrating that this has become more than just revenge. This is more than just something personal. This can literally destroy the Feywild. And that's where we left off.
We were moving on to the next temple, right?
This was the second temple.
Oh, we're at the second temple already.
Yep.
Okay. I thought we were getting close to it. We weren't there yet. But
No,
yes.
you guys were at the first temple, and Xander and Heller communicated with Zula. Were given information about what should happen and how Zula can help. Then you guys went over to the second rune, and the rune itself was mostly decimated, since the rune itself has to need magic to operate, and therefore it is nothing but just broken stone that is completely useless.
Mixus runs to the trees that look decaying and goes, oh, oh, and tries to, like, speak to them. Are you there? I know what happened to you.
You get no response. In fact, due to your natural magic, you can tell that... Oh no.
Alright, maybe her computer started working.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
computer
cool.
worked.
Perfect.
Woo.
Hey.
With your natural affinity towards magic, and especially being native to the Feywild, you can immediately tell that all magic in this area is gone. Therefore, all life is destroyed.
And you just see, I look at Matilda, and like it's like we both look at each other, and all of a sudden we both turn blue and start crying.
Gonna go up and put a hand on Meeksis' shoulder. I know this is rough for you, Meeksis, but I'm sure we can find a way to fix it.
We're very
Helga's gonna do the same thing for Matilda. As her allergies kick in. Yeah. What Fierna said. We'll figure it out.
These trees were very old. Matilda, is this what was going on? Is this what's been happening?
I only heard of things that obviously never came out here. This is... If it's like this here, they say it's worse further out.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Sylvie?
Oh, you cut out. What about the what?
I can't remember how to say it. Sylvie? What about Sylvie?
Sylvie.
The one dryad.
Oh. As she looks... Well, I think she's still around. She's been through town in the past week. I'm sure she's around somewhere.
Okay, we need to keep looking. We need to move on to the next temple. We need to make sure, like, if we need to find out if this is how far this has gone and how many
Breathe, Mixis.
how many circles it's hit. We
Might want to do
this.
some investigating around here first. Maybe we can find some answers or something.
At this
Know
point,
what we're walking into.
At this point,
Okay.
Mixis, you and Matilda immediately have to recoil as you are bound to this land, whether you choose to or not, and this darkness that's infesting the land is harming you by being near it.
No, no,
It
no,
doesn't
no,
hurt
no.
anybody else since none of you are native to this land, but it seems to harm anything that is part of the Feywild. Even though Mixus has left the Feywild, she is still of its energy, of its magic.
And you just randomly see me, like, literally crawl like a koala bear up a Murph because he's the tallest.
During this process, as you guys are doing this, Renora, this would be at the time where you would have gotten the communication from your mother.
No, not touching. Mm-mm.
As you hear her talking to you, you can see her looking at you. But she has not given the affection yet. She is being serious about what is going on. They have gotten too powerful. Their new leaders have turned them into the direction of power instead of simple barbarianism. Their new leaders, or the ones that have been since my passing, have taken them from a simple tribe to now a horde of power-hungry murderers. As she takes like her palm off the opposite side of you, and you start seeing her channel like this red magic in her hand. You just see this blood orb that's floating above her hand. This is how they are doing it. This simple trinket that they found is the source of all this death. Of this realm's woes. And since I'm attached to the planet itself, to this realm, I might have been passed, but this is doing damage to me, even after my passing. As she just dissolves it in her hands, as she just looks at you, now she puts both hands on your shoulders, looking directly at you. I'm sorry this is not under better circumstances. As she just like looks at you and just like looks you straight in the eyes. Whether or not you choose to do this out of rage or you do this out of protection, do what you're planning to do. But just know it's going to be a lot more difficult than you might have thought. All I
think
must
she was
say.
frozen. Oh shoot, she was frozen.
Sorry. The last thing that I caught was that she helped the blood orb. Said that's how they were doing it.
So where did I say? The blood orb itself is the source of their magic, and it's the source of the decay that's on the realm. This small little trinket can destroy the whole Feywild if it's unchecked. Even though I am past, I am still attached to this realm. And therefore, if the realm is dissolved, I can never pass on. Not fully, at least.
Well, where is it? I'll destroy it. You just have to tell me where it is.
Just takes her hand and she just palms her the ground a little bit. As you start to see like someone almost as if like there's a drawing of someone that drew like a stick as a map on in the dirt. As you see like a sort of image that looks like it's a piece of a map. As you can kind of see like what looks like a mountain structure. And then she just points at the highest point of the mountain. Just find the one spot of the Feywild where the sun does not reach. That is where you must go. If anything, it will stand out like a sore thumb. For everything and magic in the Feywild must have light.
How would I destroy it? Just like this, and then like use one of my pull out one of my daggers.
Well, that is for something you'll have to find out on your own. This item was created, or at least found, after my passing. I only know what I know from being part of the lands itself, and its corruption has on it. I'd assume, based off the fact that many of the Fae are afraid of it, probably means that if you're of magic, you probably should not touch it, lest its corruption will affect you. But I know you, and magic is not something that you are common with, and thus might be your tactical advantage. Your friends, though, the few that have the affinity towards the arcane, make sure they steer clear of it and its radius. Even if it might not harm them, it can corrupt them.
And when you say corrupt,
Let's just say the person who wields it right now was once a Fae like many of the others here. Good and hopeful. In fact, she was one of their greatest druids. Now she is their warlock, their sorcerer, their witch, and the reason why they can control the source of the power.
and you're saying I can't do this and get vengeance for your death? Like, aren't you mad at Grandpa? What he did was fucked.
I'm saying you can get two birds in one stone.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to make sure, as this is where she puts both arms on the shoulders and looks at you. This is more than what you would be planning for. You have your friends, you have your group, but know that what lies within that structure is your revenge, but is going to be a lot more difficult. Be smart about it and don't let your rage take over. But make sure you get that kill. 'Cause
Yes, ma'am.
that is the last thing that you need to do. Just kill the fucker.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll like lean in, like I'm going for a hug, but she's not like an actual physical being, right?
Oh no, you can feel her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as
I
long
was
as you're in the
imagining that I
Feywild, you
like
can
lean
feel
in
her.
for a hug and just
Nope.
like, oh,
Nope,
catch
you can feel her.
myself, try to act cool, like. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna give her a little side hug.
This is
Do
Do the
like
rest of
from
us
the
see
rest of
Renora
us,
just like
'cause we
hugging
don't.
air?
Yeah,
As you
because
see
we
that
don't
she's
see
physically,
anything.
as you see that she's physically hugging, for those that have any kind of spell casting at all, you can see a faint image of a larger orc holding her.
Who's there?
But it looks like an illusion kind of a thing. And after a second, as she holds you, she's like, takes her hands over your head, and then she just starts pressing in, but you don't feel a pain as she starts pushing herself through you, as you see her starts turning into like fey dust, and she starts flowing into you. I'm gonna give you 2 perks, temporary.
Okay,
You're being blessed by your mother.
cool.
Blessings.
First off, both of these expire in 1 week. 1, if you fall into combat, you automatically get picked up for full health. So it's basically your standard feat, but instead of coming back with 1 hit point, you come back for maximum.
It's Cargrim. I'm down. I'm up. I'm down. I'm up.
Pop, pop, pop.
Okay.
Your weapons are also enchanted. Anytime you cast an ability or use an ability from a weapon you have, so this could be like if you had action surge or anything like that, if you cast any ability or anything like that, you can choose an ally. You choose an ally that they get the exact same feature at the same time you do.
Cool.
So, you're a rogue. So if you do sneak attack, you enchant someone else to actually sneak attack with you at the same time, even if it's off their turn.
Cool.
Cool.
That's cool.
I love it.
Those are the two
Does
feats
it
that she's
last
granted.
for 1 round or?
It's permanent for 1 week. She can do this as many
Oh,
times she wants,
permanent
up to 1 week. It's an enchantment that's being
Oh,
blessed
goodness.
All
Oh,
right.
goodness. So from the rest of us, we see, well, some of us who are, magic.
Not mountain climbing.
I'd say if Xander was here, Xander would see it. You would see it, Mixus. And
like,
I'd
hey-
say, Murph, you partially see it's not due to your, because you don't have magic, but due to your affiliation with a specific god.
Do you see that? Does everyone see that? What happened, Renora? I
you
saw something.
okay?
I saw somebody.
Yeah, she's like wiping away just like a tear. Like, so I guess there's another big bad that we gotta go take care of. Mixus, does a blood orb or a place where the sun can't touch? Does any of that sound familiar to you?
BM.
Okay, so you would know this. You don't have to make a history check. There is one place that most kids are told to steer clear of, and it is the Hollow Hill. It is a mountain that goes higher than the actual sky itself. And due to it, sun does not touch it, but it is also considered cursed land.
Are you talking about the cursed lands? The high hill?
I think so. Yeah, I think that is my destination.
So,
Hey,
Mixus,
well-
you would know a few things about it. One is that due to its connection with dark magic, the area around it, roughly about a mile, is all dead. Life cannot bloom in the area of the mountain itself. 2 is anyone who's gone there, with the exception of certain people that are really proficient with magic, have not come back. But the people who have returned said that it required them a considerable of mental fortitude to be able to resist the curse that was being placed upon them before they left. As if that's the training that they must do. Fight off the darkness before you come back to see if you can handle the magic that you're being taught.
Are these the mountains in the north that
Yes.
we need to head to anyways? Okay.
Yeah, these are the ones.
These are
I-
those mountains.
I'm going to kind of like turn towards the group. All right, gang. We've been running around together for a while now as I like look around at each one of you. And well, I'm just going to come out and say it. My ghost of a mother just told me about a mission that I need to fulfill here. So her soul can rest in peace. R.I.P. And I guess I can't do it alone. Annoying, but I would appreciate if you guys would help me out with this.
Grandpa.
Aw, you do have a heart.
Shut
He's so,
up. You shut
he's
up.
so cute.
You shut your dirty mouth right now!
Renora,
Never seen a feeling.
Renora, does this have to do with your grandpa? Or your grandfather?
Yeah, I think it's adjacent. I think
Oh,
they are intertwined with
okay.
this. Yes.
Okay. You see, I'm sitting on top of Murph because I'm not touching the ground right now because, it's dead around. So, like...
She did mention when we get down, well, I guess, what is your answer?
We're with you, of course.
It's
It's a serious question. Of course we're with
the
you.
reason why we went and talked
Okay.
to the elder.
It was at this
Remember, we were
moment
gonna
that
find
Renora's-
those people.
Hard cruise.
It was 3 sizes too big and she had a heart attack!
Change my alignment.
Oh,
No longer.
You know,
This
Okay,
is
I
all
would
in
do-
here. Yeah.
She did mention that when we get there, it's gonna be really rough on magic users as she like looks at Meeksis and Xander
And Tilly.
and Tilly. She's just not gonna remember Tilly at first and then be like,
That's
oh
valid.
right, like
that's right. There's not two Mixes. It's just her sister.
Meeksis
Yeah.
and Meeksis' shadow.
Sew them back together. Let's go.
So, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, be careful. Yeah.
Okay. And I look at Tilly and be like, Tilly, I think you're gonna have to go home. I don't want you to get hurt.
I've
Hell,
come,
I say if she wants to come with, fuck it. Let's go. Fuck it, we ball.
I've come
If you
this far.
okay,
I mean,
are you sure you're gonna be okay? I know this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be like, baptism by fire style, like super. Remember when you had to jump, like when the kids were like playing with the pixies and jumping through fires? Well, yeah, this is gonna be worse than that.
Meeksis, do you still have your shell on you?
no.
Okay.
That's I don't know where I left that.
Lost to the same time.
It's somewhere. Okay, just not here.
I lost it. And you hear Mixes kind of like, you can see the gears wondering where she left her shell.
Also, no offense
Yeah.
to Tilly, I don't think she could lift it. I feel like that's a little heavy.
Fair point.
Maybe I could lift it, so she could probably lift it.
Yeah. We can always look for a replacement shell, or at least something equivalent to.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna find any cave creatures around here while we.
Well,
I take that
equivalent
back.
to and close
I take that
enough.
back, but none of them have shells. Not like that.
I do like the headcanon that Meeksis is just like super buff. She's like, I had no problem lifting it. And she's like fucking ripped, like
Like Xander? Like Secret
right.
Xander?
Like I don't see what the problem is. I don't know.
You're strong?
Sexy Squidward, oh no!
Oh no.
Every time she flexes, she turns a different color.
Yeah,
It's
the Grinch getting
the
ready.
rainbow.
Maybe that will be her job after all of this is done. She'll become a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
All
they-
So,
I mean,
um,
but so Tilly, you're gonna come with us. You gonna be okay? Can you do it?
I mean, my sister will protect me, right?
Oh, try, yeah, for sure. But you're gonna have to hold your own a little bit.
I mean,
You can't
I'll
protect
try.
everybody.
I'll try. I mean,
Okay.
leave like the little ones to me. I'll try to take care of the little ones.
Oh, okay. If all fails, just climb onto Murph. He's tall.
Mhm.
You got
I'm
this.
so happy.
Still there. I'm still
Helga's happy she's not getting volunteered.
there. I'm still on top of you, onto your shoulders, because yeah, ground not so nice. It's hurting.
Meeksis, maybe you shouldn't touch the ground for a while. Murph, you got them both?
Or I could take Tilly.
You know, Helga, before we move off, you know what? Why don't you take them both for just a moment, and I promise I'll take whichever one you find the least appealing off of you.
Okay.
And he's gonna, like, bombastic side-eye Renora, like, I think, Renora and I should secure the back of the caravan as we move forward. Just for a few before we make sure that there's no one following us or
Wink.
gonna surprise us.
Uh,
A wink. A wink.
Oink.
Okay. Well, I just like a jump from your shoulders to Helga's shoulders with like
I
you.
somehow have two Eladrin elves and I'm assuming a murder rabbit somewhere.
So,
Somewhere.
as far as Matilda, I gave her a few things since last session, so she's gonna be in combat. She's immediately gonna like take like this little item that's on top of Theodore, and then she's gonna be like, "All right, let's see if this works." And she's just dangling it as he immediately turns into a large-sized creature.
Oh,
And she's like, "All
when
right."
did that happen? Where did you get that
Oh.
trinket? That's neat.
I bought it in town.
Cool.
She really
Is
jumps in.
Theodore not affected by the land?
They're not. Well, it's not all the land. It's just the land that's been
Okay.
affected. Yeah.
Fiona looks at this giant fluffy rabbit like, I want to pet it. And then resists and starts moving the group forward.
Can I pet that dog? No, you can't pet it.
Alright. So as you guys are consistently moving forward,
Well, then I just jump on Theodore with
Okay.
with
Works for
Dylan
me.
and just,
for anybody who wants to check the map to know where you're going and specifically like the locations and everything, go ahead and give me a survival check or a nature check, either one.
While they're doing that, Murphy wants to have a conversation with Nora out of earshot of everybody else, which I feel like everybody else is kind of moving forward on the path, investigating.
Way forward.
I have a question for the DM. I get, for survival, I have advantage for tracking Fey, Fiend, or Undead. Would any of that count?
No, this is for checking the map.
Okay.
I'll let you get. I'll give it to you just because you're also using it for a specific reason. So I'll give it to you.
Yay.
It's a map. It's a map. It's a map.
16.
16. What did we get for everyone else?
I got a 12.
17.
17.
15.
15. Between Renora, Helga, and Fiona, you're able to figure out, based off the few maps that were given to you, along with some of the journal notes, and specifically the information of the destination, you're able to figure out specifically kind of what's going to happen on your way there. Based off time-wise, unless you decide to really take your time, you should be able to get to the mountain in roughly about 5 days. This is allowing you to get at least a long rest between the time. But in between, you do notice based off of certain maps that a lot of the travelers' soldiers are in between. So you will be kind of impossible to avoid battle. Based off markings, you can also see where some of the leaders are. If you decide to try to avoid the soldiers in combat as much, it looks like you'll have to, if you succeed in doing that, you're going to have to spend another day trying to get around them. This does not take into account the time it takes for you to actually get to the top of the mountain. No, it takes you a long time to get to the mountain.
Yeah.
Probably keep our
I would-
resources up.
Yeah.
Try to sneak
Since I got
by.
this buff that only lasts a week, Bernora's going to want to try to get there.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, so she's going to want to full steam ahead through the battles. Plus, it'll be a good way for you guys to get out your rage, right?
Please.
Okay.
All right.
I'm assuming we, figure out battle plan before we leave so that Murph and I can have our conversation while we're on the road.
Okay. I would say, so I'm going to give you guys what you guys know in the journal and what the townsfolk have been able to figure out about the few travelers due to the fact that they didn't fight them, but they at least defended themselves. So, there's a few that they know of. The major basic soldier that they have amongst them, that is kind of the standard barbarian, are their orcs. These are the ones that have been along with their tribe since hundreds of years. They're usually wielding pretty thick armor, and they're usually wielding some kind of heavy battle axe. These will be the normal soldiers that are normally in the large amount of groups. With occasional, there are rare times when they have drows with them. The drows that are part of their groups are usually assassins, and they preferably live they usually hide in the shadows and usually wields enchanted short swords. The rare times that they've seen anything else have been when they've encountered what is classified as the witch. Based on the description, you assume this is the lady that you met that came in forming out of ravens. They say anytime anybody's ever had to confront her, they've either had to run due to fear or they've died in the process. That's as much as the people can give you for info.
Okay.
Outside of the witch, they know that the others, the assassin drows, and the barbarian orcs do not use magic, but they do have enchanted weapons.
Okay.
It looks like the path of the way there is mostly following your way down the Crystal River. The Crystal River itself, as you look on the map, actually itself, almost like the lands itself are afraid of these hollowed areas. The Crystal River almost runs directly into the mountain, but as the lands themselves try to stop itself from being corrupted by it, it actually forks and surrounds the mountain, making sure that it gets close enough to it to still move through, but not enough itself to get corrupted by it. If you decide to save as much time as possible, you must follow the Crystal River.
Okay.
And the player
Mm-hmm.
question. So I was supposed to get herbs and talk to a creature up here
So
as we were going through here. Is that going to happen, or are we?
that would have been if you
If
said
not,
do that
that's fine.
first. If you said,
Oh,
you were
okay.
given the option to do that first or do this first. If you
Okay.
want to do that, you would have had to backtrack a little bit.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't messing.
If you
up
want to,
anything.
it would not take up too much time. That would be about 2 hours in a different direction. It depends on if you want to do that.
No, I mean, like, I guess like the herbs would have been around here anyways, and I could always just pocket them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I
that's
mean, you can, if you want, you can give me like a nature check to try to find the herbs in the area.
fine. Okay. I will do it from on top of a rabbit.
And then give it to me with advantage, just due to the fact this is your
Oops.
homeland.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yuck. So.
Honestly.
Ooh.
Oh no!
No, that's worse.
How could
Okay,
that possibly?
11.
Due
No.
to the area being corrupt in this area, you're having a tough time finding the specific herbs that you need for what you requested for. Maybe
Okay,
if you try again
that's
later,
fine.
you might be able to find out what you need.
That's fine.
So, you guys start moving on.
Yee.
Yep.
Renora and Murph stick back.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay. So as you guys are starting to truck along, knowing that you're probably gonna have about a few days worth of travel before you encounter anything, unless for some reason the random creature comes out and attacks you, you're mostly just left to a boring walk for a few days, minus having some times to rest. During this process, we'll go to Renora and Murph during this time of what you guys want to talk about.
Are the others at an earshot?
If you want them to be, they can be.
We can be.
I mean, you guys can fall back a little bit so they can't hear you. Yeah.
Marta would like pointedly hang back and like side-eye Renora and see if she'll follow suit.
Okay.
Oh, ugh. You would have better luck if you like physically tripped her. I'm like, oh no, I'll help you up. Because if you're trying to do like a subtle hint thing,
She's on a mission.
oh boy, I just don't think it's in her
He's
character
gonna,
to pick up on that.
as he hangs back, he's gonna shoulder check her and be like, I think we missed something back there.
Ah,
And
shit,
then
really?
hang back.
She's gonna turn
shucks.
around.
Hate when
Like,
that
what did I
happens.
forget? Like,
So he
Check
lets
the
the group
hotel room
hang
one
out.
more time.
He lets the group hang on to it. They're out of earshot, like pretend to take a rock out of his boot. He's gonna look at Renora. You and I gotta talk.
about what? Did we actually leave something behind? What do we need to talk about?
Oh. Renora, I love the fact that you've become a master, and truly I mean it, a master of covering whoever hurt you, whatever burden you're carrying.
Oh. And she's gonna start taking a couple of steps back towards the group.
Two of our paths are gonna intertwine, you and mine. And I'm gonna face a lot, and it seems you might as well.
What do you mean?
Whatever that shape was that you off-brand showed some affection to. And the fact that that shaman bitch had a message for both of us. And it made sense, the message she sent to me. But the fact that she sent it to you means... What do travelers mean to you?
The
Cards on the
travelers?
table. That's what she called them. It's not a name known to me. Does it mean anything to you?
The tribe members. The tribe.
Talking about like the orc tribes?
Yeah.
Talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the vision that we had?
Traveler-
Okay.
So,
The travelers is
as a little bit of a
Sorry.
breakdown, all the Fays call them the Travelers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm not sure, but I have a pretty good guess. How about this? You tell me your trauma, I'll tell you mine. We'll do a fun little trauma dump on each other, and then we can get all this lovey-dovey feeling shit out of the way.
Have I ever told you I love how much you are to the fucking point of the matter?
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Gonna.
I have a feeling that my people, or at least the people that made me, or at least wanted to make me the beast, the war singer, have somehow come to this realm on their raids, which are normal, and have intertwined with your people. Or at least your bloodline. And my question is this: vengeance, or whatever journey you have with your people and the intertwining, are your people worth saving?
No, not
Or
at
are
all.
they
I'm
exaggerate?
fully. Renora has no loyalty whatsoever. It's not that she's like for genocide. She just does not give a shit about these people. So she has no relation to them whatsoever. The only thing she has is contempt for her grandfather. So
She's gonna set
when you
that
say
up.
if there were saving, she's gonna be like, I don't think so. Not, I don't know. They killed the only good one. So as far as I'm concerned, let me tell you where I'm at with it. My grandfather, full-blown orc, killed my mother for being with my father, simply based on the fact that he was not an orc, and my father, and destroyed my childhood home, took everything from me over some stupid bloodline bullshit. And if that's how the rest of them feel, then Renora, I am not about saving it. So So, like, we can go in there guns blazing, take care of business. I have no problem.
He's gonna look at Renora, take a couple of steps, and as he passes it, claps her on the shoulder. I promised Finra wings. I delivered. If you want the bastard's heart, it's yours. And I'll make sure it happens.
He's mine.
Already called dibs.
I already called dibs. Let the record show.
Dibs protocol is in effect.
Johnny! He's yours. And I will do whatever it takes to make it so. Let's go.
Okay.
Make
Come
it
on,
so.
we have limited time. Pick up the pace. Trying to like big step it, and I'm sure that Murph is just like casually walking big step and like way past Nora. She's like,
He realizes he's getting past her, like grabs her by the belt, like, fine, it's fine, let's go.
let's go.
Alright.
We'll
Anything,
never talk about this to the rest of the group.
Yeah.
anything anybody wants to do before you guys make your first long rest and finish up day 1?
I just like to investigate the area as we're going,
Okay.
because to look to see any of more corruption or whatever.
Okay, so give me a nature check then, because you're specifically trying to keep your out for that.
Okay.
Or the herbs again. I don't know.
Nope.
Oh no.
You can definitely tell that on the main path, there is no corruption to be seen. Outside of that, you can't really see where it actually is allocated to. But no matter where you walk to, Mixus, you definitely feel a tightness in your chest. That subtle, uneasy anxiety feeling of
Okay.
like your little connection to the land itself, that it is in pain. And you walk on it, makes you feel that connection. But it gets late. To make sure that you get plenty of time to walk next day, you all decide to make camp. Find a spot, fire, have the night. Who wants to sleep first and who wants to make first watch?
I take first watch.
First watch.
I
I'm
will
gonna do
also-
first.
Okay, so I'm guessing Renora, Murph, and Fiona? Is that what I'm seeing? Okay, got it. So I'm gonna have Xander, Helga, and Mixus, Serena, and Matilda to go to sleep for the first then.
I'm gonna lay down some extra cloaks and everything for Matilda and Mixus so that they're even further from the ground.
Okay, perfect. During this process, between the three of you, Renora, Murph, and Fiona, give me a perception check.
Me only sleep for 4 hours,
Yeah, I know.
so
I know.
we'll be awake soon.
19.
19,
14.
14,
17.
17. Okay. Fiona, nothing really seems off to you. I mean, you're constantly staying alert due to the fact this could happen at any time, anywhere. But you're content knowing that if everything is correct on the map, you shouldn't have to worry about any of the actual, what are called the travelers, anytime soon. Renora, you noticed specific foot tracks in the ground. You're able to notice based off the footprints and the way that they are on the ground. You are probably about 2 days behind the caravan, the travelers. These specific boot prints, the way they're being walked in, definitely seems to be that of a full group, minus maybe one that's light-footed, that is either really, really large and or is wearing very, very heavy armor. But there are no wheel marks and no hoof marks to be found, so you assume that they're all on foot. Murph. As the first 4 hours is progressing, about right before Mixus is about to wake up, you get a sinking feeling that you're being watched, and then you find out what's looking at you. You see, hanging on a tree, very, very high up, 3 ravens with crimson eyes just staring directly at you, just watching with their left eyes, just kind of not watch with both eyes, but kind of has their heads curved and then looking from their side.
So, Murphy would have found the highest point, or like a broken trunk, shattered like tree stump that was high up. So like a 30-foot tree that got broken in the middle, so it's like 15 foot. And he's up there and he looks across to the ravens. Oh, you're watching, are you?
One of them specifically turns fully at you, where their beak is looking right directly at you instead of sideways.
I got a message to your mistress and her mistress. She's right. You do have a new clan. But she gonna find out, and so are you, that you're deathly wrong, that we're weak. Beware when a good man goes to war. My new clan showed me I could be a good man, but I'm gonna show you I can still be the worst of them all.
They all start looking at you, immediately extend out their wings, and immediately caw out as they immediately start flying in the air, turning it from 3 into 3 dozen, and immediately start flying over the forest line and start flying off. At that point, you just feel like a subtle, sharp pain on the skin of your torso. You start noticing blood is seeking through. As you look at your chest, you are temporarily marked with a couple words. Show me the war singer, and I will show you safe passage.
Does Fierna see any of these birds, and are they still close?
You
in
probably would have
range?
seen them as they cawed and flew away, but not before that.
Okay. Do we see the writing on Murph, or is that something like he
Only if
sees?
he wants to make sure that he shows it to you. Otherwise, you can keep it concealed. After about a minute, it re-heals itself up, as it's mostly just an illusion to get him riled up.
He, doesn't think about his actions because it is something to rile him up, so he, turns to the group for a second as he's contemplating it. And it disappears, but, everybody sees it.
She's
And
dead.
he's up high.
Does that say? Wait, hold up. Murph, did that say War Singer?
It's it, Renora!
Didn't we just do a whole thing getting rid of that? Remember all that? God, that was fucking annoying. You remember that? Turns to Fierna.
Trying to forget, but yes. Yes, I do. And
Don't-
you know he's not coming back, right?
Better not be. Looking
Too
at you,
hard
Murph.
to get you back. She's not taking you again.
Murph, are you still up in the
He's
tree or
gonna
did you come
drop
down?
it.
Oh, you're coming down. Okay.
I haven't come
shouting.
down yet. I was gonna say,
Hello up
Yeah.
there!
Right.
Shut up, we're trying to sleep.
I just need 1 more hour. 1 more!
we're all up in the branches.
Right.
We're having a branchy talk. It's
Why
fine.
are you shouting at 3 a.m.?
Yeah. Fuck off.
Important
This is
shit.
This is my
knew we would've
inside
come.
lore voice.
When we saw the ravens, we would have tried to come up by you, and we're keeping quiet.
We're standing in between 3 intersecting branches.
Angry whispering in the top of a tree, at 3 a.m.
A
Just,
whisper fight.
what's that?
At this point,
You're trying to be quiet and you keep hitting everything
Yep.
in the house.
Right.
At this
Like
point,
when you're trying to be
Mixus-
quiet, not to wake people up.
Mixus, your
At one
your
point,
long
Helga
rest is
rolls
complete.
over.
Wait, what? What's
Mixus,
that?
your trance is complete.
Oh, I wake up and go, Why are you trying to whisper?
Just
All three of us.
He's dealing with the war singer shit again. Come here. Come up here. We're all in this room.
quietly.
Tilly, you
Would,
want to come up?
Yeah, I was
Or
gonna say,
you
would
gonna
Tilly be
stay?
awake too?
Yeah, Tilly would be awake.
I know you only need 4 hours, but this doesn't happen naturally. And then she just lays back in the bed.
Oh, okay, go back to sleep. I just crawl back up. I crawl under the tree
Okay.
and be like, upsies. And all of a sudden,
Do you
I go upsies, and all of a sudden you see the tree branch kind of come down and pick me up, and you guys are like, oh, fuck, what are we in?
Oh, that's right. And then I'm gonna like pet the branch I'm sitting on. Like, thank you.
I'm gonna look at the branch. You should be asleep too.
Do you have like any calming like tea or anything, Mixus, for Murph? Because it seems like he might be having to deal with war singer shit again.
Oh, really? Orange singer shit?
I don't know. And then just look at Murph expectantly.
He's gonna walk to the end of the branch that he's on, closest to everybody else. No. He gone.
Is he?
And he's gonna look at Renora. He's gonna look at Mixus. He's gonna look down at the sleeping forms of Helga and Sander. And he's gonna look at Finra last. Yes. He's gone. And despite others' wishes, he's not fucking coming back.
Insight check.
Yeah, 100%.
20.
Ooh, nice.
I mean,
11.
I don't know what
What
you want me to roll. I'm telling you 100% the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys got high enough, you would believe, well, no matter what, you believe him, but, like, you'd have no inkling to think otherwise.
Okay.
Okay. As long as you say so. Okay.
Now, she... The queen wants him back. And... Fuck, if she puts me in that suit... But she's not, and he's gonna look at Vinra. She's not. And he's gonna look at Renora. He's not. She's not.
Nope.
Irna's
She
gonna
won't.
come up and clap him on the shoulder. She's not going to get you. Ever. She's gonna be dead and buried in a ditch.
Murph, give me a charisma saving throw, please. This is specifically for fear.
11.
Okay. At this point, as you guys are reassuring him that nothing's gonna happen, literally through the trees, through the leaves, through the ground, spectral chains start shooting out and start grabbing your arms, piercing through your flesh, and start wrapping around you. As you cannot keep balance, and you start wrapping it tight, and you drop straight to the ground, unable to brace yourself.
Can we see this?
Oh yeah, this is very real. As you immediately just
What
drop down,
the-
fully chained up. In this process,
God.
it's happening so fast before you guys can be erect. As you're laying on the ground, the chains start melting as if they're being forged around you in the process. As you start getting held into armor of a familiarity, locked in places you cannot move. As you start freaking out while you're within the armor, as you're reassured this would never happen again.
He's gonna look at her as the armor creeps up his neck. Sandra!
She jumps down, tries to start ripping chains off.
Yeah.
As
Same.
you try to start ripping off chains, Murph, I now need you now to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm dumb.
Helga and Xander still sleeping through this? Or with the thud of El Murph coming from El Tree?
El Murph, El Tree? What are we doing here?
From a star?
Yeah.
Getting spicy.
We are totally butchering the Spanish language, so please
Right?
don't add us.
For who I
What'd you
am.
get? What'd you get, Murph?
Don't ever add us.
That's a 9.
Oh fuck. Okay. So as they come out, they're trying to rip off the armor, and you both are all of you are successfully able to do so. As you rip them off, it's almost like paper. It's not actually really there. But Murph, you see something else. Instead of it actually being your friends ripping off this armor, you suddenly see yourself on the ground being beaten by somebody while you're inside a ring, in an arena, fighting. And then all of a sudden you just see this person you cannot recognize that is just like smacking you across the face with the back end of his sword, and then just like slamming you down until the last thing you hear is, "I apologize, but this now belongs to you," as you just feel your hand press, as you just feel this liquid being going through you. As in the last moments you see a familiar, what is now a friend of yours, and how you got this to begin with. And you immediately wake up as the fear is draped over you, as the armor just falls off and just evaporates like an illusion.
Telek. Gonna look at everybody.
Don't let her play mind games with you.
Can I do like a investigation or something just to see if I can figure out if anybody's near?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's not real, Murph.
Don't let her win.
Look at me.
Snap out of it.
Look at me. It's not real. You know what's real?
14.
You only see when this person leaves. In the distance, literally hovering over the water, you just see a familiar witch with a greatsword in her hand, as she just smiles and just disappears in a cloud of black smoke.
Do we see it?
You guys
Or
weren't
only
actively...
Murph?
Oh, well, no. Fiona sees this because Fiona was looking.
Shit. She's close by. Keep your eyes out. And she's gonna go back to Murph and kind of shake him. She's gone now.
Renora had already smacked Murph across the face. Like, that wasn't real. The only thing that, you know what is real? Smack. That's real. We're right here.
As
Say something. Come
once
back.
again, you guys now see it before Murph does, due to the psychological ping just turned. But now you see the words marked like hieroglyphs on his arms. Show me the war singer. Show me the war singer. Show me the war singer. Like a possessed person writing the same phrase over and over again on his body.
I'm gonna shove a potion of healing in his mouth.
I go up to it where I go up to where it is and cast Cure Wounds on it.
Okay. So any of the damage you would have physically taken is now remedied.
Yes. Wounds.
Fiona's gonna walk towards where...
You get 9 health.
Basically, this one negated the fallen damage.
Yeah.
What were you
Fiona's
saying?
gonna walk towards where she saw the witch and just shout out, "Stop hiding in the shadows! Come out! Face us! A weakness is hiding!"
Within seconds, you merely see her appear within a foot in front of you. But the shadows are where I find most amusing. As she
I
merely
cast
just...
Mind Sliver. If I can.
She had something first. Give me initiative roll just to see if you can beat her before she does something to you, since you were kind of expecting. She has 18.
13.
Okay, so before you are ready, she immediately goes over and she just pushes a telekinetic blast at you. She just pushes against you, and you just feel this thud against you as you push back about 60 feet.
Oof.
Know this, friends of Murphda and Renora. I am everywhere. I am where the infection is and where it's not. I live within the sight of the creatures that live in the dark. I am home to everything that is night inside these lands. When there is darkness, I will be here, whether you see me or not. Do not think you are safe, even when you got eyes out looking for me. I have ways to stop you. The hell are we reading?
As soon as
Mixes
Oh,
looks at her
to
and
throw my
goes,
dagger at her. How far away is she? I want to interrupt her mid-speech.
I'd say about 80 feet.
Mixes was gonna be
50
like,
feet?
you're doing a lot.
80.
Hi, we don't
80.
want
Oh,
your...
80?
We're like, hi, we don't want your kind here. You can go away now. Move along. Move
Wow,
along.
Nixus is being racist. We don't want your
No.
kind here.
No, she's
No.
just being me. She's trying to intimidate us. If you don't show you're being intimidated, then it doesn't work. It makes her upset.
She looks at you. Well, if I cannot be here, then neither can you, as she immediately summons the crimson orb into her hand.
And I hop away. Hop.
All right.
Just know
I'm
you did
gonna
this
draw a
yourself,
bow.
as she immediately starts, like, pierces a piece of it with a nail as one drop of blood from it drops to the ground, and immediately it starts rippling with death.
Pop, 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 pop,
I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw to avoid this effect.
What the hell?
oh
Again, I'm assuming
Renora
you're
was
awake
about to
now.
fucking like aim right at the orb, so she's like, "Shit, what?"
All right, just kill us all off right away. That's fine.
That's fine.
It's okay. We're okay.
No, we're not okay, but that's okay.
It's okay that we're not okay. 18.
So, anybody who's not right up in her grill, basically everybody that's not Fiona, needs at least a 15 to avoid this. Fiona, due to the fact you've just been pushed, I need at least an 18 from you.
Well,
Yep,
she
nope.
could 13.
So, you got a 13?
No, that's what Funeral got.
Oh, okay. Did the
So
rest of you at
13.
least succeed on the other rolls?
Nope.
Yes.
Oh,
Helga
I got
did.
I got a 16.
16.
We
I don't know
needed
about
15.
the rest of the people.
Helga just woke up. She's very confused.
So,
What?
Helga,
I don't
as
know
you
what
wake up
Tilly
and you're
says
immediately trying to
either,
avoid this,
so-
it passes by you and you immediately feel like this rush of like death, but you kind of feel like this necrotic, and then it kind of goes away. It's like, wait, it didn't do anything. And Fiona, you immediately get blasted by it, and as soon as you do, you drop to the ground. As immediately, like, these vines start getting summoned over, and it wraps around you tight. Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, I keep pissing off the wrong people.
Preaching to the choir here, fear not preaching to the choir.
Natural
curse
20,
of
what,
20.
when you fucking need it. So as soon as she's about to entrap you, and it looks, and you feel like she's gonna pull you into the ground itself, permanently entrapping you within the Feywild, you immediately just rip right out of them, and you run fast enough to not get affected by it. It seems like if you do not have magical properties, this effect has no necrotic to you, but the land itself can still harm you. The rest of you are fine pushing away as she just looks back at you. She wipes off the piece off the orb as if she's like just covering up like a sore as it covers itself back up. No, it is as simple as an action to push you away. As immediately you
When-
see nothing but it. What's up?
I was gonna say when Murph saw that Fenrir got like pushed to the ground, even though she had broken out of those tendrils, he would have like put himself in between her and the shaman, but he had moved in like almost on all fours, almost like how Helga moved when she shifted, and just in between, just.
Get Murph, give me perception check as you try to bar the
no.
path.
So
Yes.
none of my daggers reach 80 feet. and I feel like she would have thrown a dagger regardless.
Okay, so you would have just thrown a dagger, but it wouldn't
So
have got
yeah,
far enough.
it's like 20 feet in front of her, just stuck
So,
into the ground.
I would have said for theatrical purposes, as you chucked the dagger, it would have been when she would have created the force that would have happened. As you would have thrown it would have like pushed right back at you, so you would have retreated
Beautiful.
it back.
I love it.
Murph, what'd you get for your perception?
18.
18. You immediately react as you're barring the path as you know someone else is coming your way, as you hear large footsteps running right at you. As you immediately react, as you put up your guard, as you immediately just see his blue large fist clash right against your guard. So all of you see this large Goliath wearing like a wolf spell right over her head. As you see storm coming out of her body, as she just smiles and looks at you. Very good, and not without the armor. But still, not quite enough. As she just stands back up and pulls her arm back.
He's gonna stand up. Greetings, Queen.
If you give me such a high title, then approach me as such. If you claim me to be a queen, then bow in front of me as if I was one.
He's gonna walk forward and make it feel like he's about to bow. And he's gonna look back over his shoulder to Finra, Helga, Mixus, Renora, Xander. There was a time that I did bow for you. No fucking more.
As he says that, Renora is going to use the Iampar's ability to be able to teleport in between Murph and her.
She just drops her head a little bit down since you are considerably smaller than both of them. As she
Yeah.
just like, looks down to you.
I'm so tough.
Normally, I would be surprised that you would have one of such small stature defend you, but there's something about her. I have a feeling there's much importance that she has to your travels as you do. Do not think this is the last. She will be watching you, and I see through her eyes. I will not impede. I will not slow. But I will not help. Pass, my men, my soldiers. Make your way up the treacherous hill. And then and only then can you both get what you want. But trust me, I will not, as she looks at both of you, make it easy. For the right to revenge is a mighty climb as she starts to disappear. Along with
You and your sorry to interrupt you. As she's disappearing, Renora's gonna shout, "You and your soldiers ain't shit," and spit on the ground where she was standing.
Okay, fair enough.
As soon as they disappear, Murph's just gonna like drop to his knees. And just like look up in almost inspiration to Renora. Because I know Renora doesn't want that, but like Murpha has not had anybody stand up. He's had one person stand up for him, and like he's just collapsing and he's looking at Renora.
Hey, don't make something of it. Come on.
No,
She's
no,
gonna like pat him on the
no.
shoulder.
No, you're right. You're right. What a wonderful performance, Renor. Yes. And he's gonna just like put a hand on their shoulder. Just great, and walk off to the side.
Fiona's gonna like get up and get the blood off of her face, kind of shake off where her body was like bent and mangled from hitting the ground and rolling a few times.
Pop her arm back in the socket.
Make sure it's still working right. Shake
Helga
it off.
does. Helga picks her up and pops her back and like.
Oof. Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
That's.
There you go.
Okay. Oh good.
Back in place now.
Between the couple of you that got affected, Helga and Fiona, give me an insight check on yourselves to see why you didn't take any damage from the actual blast of the orb, other than the fact that the ground was really summoned to trap you in.
Nat 20 for 22.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
2.
Fiona, you can't make heads or tails, but you did take the blunt of the damage itself. A lot of things going on. Could explain why you're not really understanding what's going on, but you do feel different. You are partially Fey, but very slightly. And the effect it has might not be on you because you're not actually from here. But you still notice something different. Helga, you didn't take damage, but you do notice something seems odd. You seem a little bit weaker. You didn't take any damage. Your nails seems a little bit shorter. Your fangs seems a little bit less pronounced. Almost as if maybe your shifter abilities have paused.
Guys, I don't like this.
What?
Do my fangs look shorter? Like,
She basically looks like her size is reduced, but as far as her, if a werewolf features, almost like if they were more of cubs.
Yeah. Just like
I've gotten younger. How is that possible?
oh no, I'm aging backwards.
Oh no, Benjamin Button.
Right?
Don't look like your normal self.
Is this like a reverse puberty thing? What's going on?
Shut up.
By all intents and purposes, your stats have not changed. You're not any weaker than before, but if you try to activate either your shifter form or your lycanth form, they don't work.
Huh.
As those are your
fine.
magic, whether they appear to be or not.
And there's no telling on, would it just be consistent insight checks to see, if I notice if and when it comes back, or?
This would be one of those things, because you did get an natural 20 is why you found this out. You would have to you would have to do the kind of the werewolf check of seeing how it's actually affecting you throughout trying to turn to see if there's a way to fix it.
How far I can get?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would
Can
know,
we
though.
assume that Helga tried?
Oh yeah, no, as soon as she said as soon as they commented about how she's different enough for it to be noticeable, she's gonna try and shift just a normal non full
I'll say, because you got a natural 20, it's not like you lost it, but it's almost like your body is refusing for you to turn.
Yeah.
But you would know, as far as lycanthropy, not specifically your shift abilities, but as far as lycanthropy, is the first time can always be the worst. And maybe if you accidentally trigger this the wrong way, or if someone forces you to trigger it, you might lose control.
Right. Or get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That hey Renora, you think you could put my back back in place now? That hurt a little bit more than
Yeah, I got you.
normal.
Just
Yeah.
Just
You're like Clark Kent missing his actual Kryptonian powers. He looks exactly the same, but now like everything hurts.
Yeah. That's different. Never really hurt before, as much as it, might appear that it hurts. Never really bothered me before, but damn.
You good?
I mean, no, but for all intents and purposes, for now, I just may want to keep that under wraps, because it seems like if I push my luck too many times, it might go south quickly.
Got it.
But on the off chance that I do lose control and I go to take any of you guys, please put me down. Don't kill me. But like, you have my permission if if something snaps. Cause I don't know what is gonna happen, but you have my permission to stop me however you can. Just please don't kill me.
I was
Dying
gonna say,
looks awful.
don't kill you. We'll see what we can do.
Fionn will come behind her and put her in like a throat lock and kind of noogie her head. Don't worry, we got you.
Yes.
With now, unfortunately, some people not able to complete their long rest. For anybody who is trying to get a long rest but not complete, you can at least do a short rest.
Yay.
But time is gone. It might be prudent just to say, try it again later and move on forward as the sun is starting to rise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
As
I'm for it.
you all prepare to go to day 2, trek on, knowing that most likely day 3 will be intersecting with the caravan that came in through here recently. I need the people who were not able to complete the long rest to give me a constitution check, please.
Before we start day 2, could we do a quick bio break?
Sure. Let me just get this roll out of the way.
Con check, right?
Just for the people who couldn't complete the long rest.
So, me.
And the ones who didn't take it, right?
And the ones who didn't take it, correct.
Oh, okay.
21.
I'm EP.
DC is 10, so you just gotta get a 10.
13.
Okay.
7.
I pass and I get a PP.
Okay.
Oh, God.
For the next day, you'll just get 1 point of exhaustion. This is going to imply that you're going to move in at half speed, and any kind of ability checks will get done at disadvantage.
Okay.
If you got lower than a 10?
If
Or
you
is
got
it 10 and lower?
No, that's if you got lower than 10, you're going to take 3 points of
Okay.
exhaustion. Getting a 10 or higher, unless you got a natural 20, is going to give you 1 point of exhaustion.
Got it.
The only person who does not get this effect because she was able to complete a long rest due to the trance is Mixes.
Must be nice.
All right, we are going to take a bio break. We'll be right back.
That's enough.
And put it away.
And all right, we're back with Xander. So Xander, real quick, because you wouldn't be able to get a long rest either. Roll me a Constitution saving throw. If you get a 10 or higher, succeed, but you're still going to take repercussion. If you get lower than that, you're going to take a huge repercussion.
Yeah, huge repercussion.
What'd you get?
Oh, nat 1.
Oh.
Off to a great
shit.
start.
So if you got over 10, then you got 1.
Oh, I got
Okay,
six,
so hang on.
Damn it, Xander.
Yeah, nat 1 plus. Yeah, me too.
Xander's
All right,
the
who's
sneaky boy.
carrying Put Xander on the giant rabbit. Let's go.
The most steepy.
Hang on 1 second. I did not plan for
I feel like my
one.
character now.
Hey.
Xander, it's good knowing you, buddy.
It's alright.
I was like 2 levels of exhaustion, and I thought speed halved was speech halved.
Okay, so Xander, here are the list
You
of
can
things
only
you're
say
gonna.
half the words.
Xander, here are the things you're gonna have until you take a long rest.
Right up.
You're gonna have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
Your speed is at 0. You can't move with your own strength.
Excellent.
Your hit points are halved,
Oh,
and you
That
have
sucks.
disadvantage on all attack rolls and saving throws. So disadvantage on
That's because you
everything.
got
You
a
can't
nat
move.
1,
Yeah, it's because you got
that's
that one.
yeah.
Your speed's reduced to 0, so someone's got to carry you. And
Put him on the rabbit.
and half hit points. If for some reason,
Yeah.
just an FYI, if you get another failed exhaustion before you go to sleep, you die. So
Don't die again. No.
All right, put him on the rabbit and take a nap. God damn it.
I was gonna say what caused us to get so exhausted.
So you guys were making
wow.
camp, and unfortunately during the first watch, you guys were being watched by the witch. Due to certain things that happened, she was fucked with Murph, and it forced everyone to wake up to try to survive against her attack. So
what he means to say is, big surprise, it's Murph's fault.
Womp womp.
Everybody hates
It's more like
her.
Fierna, Renora.
So Matilda
Everybody.
will be like,
Effort.
okay, bear with me for
Listen,
a second.
if I gotta die this campaign, Xander, you get the kill shot.
Oh. No, I'll finally win that arm wrestling contest.
As-
I've always wanted to win.
As Tilly just goes over to Theodore, that's currently a large size. She looks like not big enough. All right, buddy. As she kind of starts like playing with his ears and starts rubbing his cheeks. I know this is gonna suck, but just to carry him for a little bit. As he looks and he's just like really concerned, and he just kind of shakes his head as she just like twists a piece on a collar, and he turns into a huge size bunny.
My gosh.
All right.
Giant
I
bunny.
want to pet him.
I can't pick up your friend. Can one of you guys pick him up and put on Theodore? Theodore, relax,
Yeet.
relax. As she's starting to hold Theodore's neck, like, it's all right, it's fine, it's okay.
I think Fiona would love to do it.
Me.
Sneaking a pet, like.
Yeah, yeet.
Theodore can currently carry now 3 medium-sized creatures,
Oh well.
but not Helga.
More.
Theodore doesn't like Helga.
So all I have left
Oh, we're
is
still
my
on.
stunning personality.
Even after our beef jerky talk,
Yep.
Still doesn't like you.
It's even worse after that.
apparently. See if I share my rations
So he can carry me and Tilly and Xander, I guess.
Yep.
Fiona gets
Tilly's just gonna
Xander.
stay by the head, and
Also
she's gonna kind of like
dreaming.
lay around the neck so she can kind of keep like rubbing his ears to make sure he's calm
Yeah, I'll
during the
sit
process.
closer to his collar.
You
or
can
his
assume that this
collar, too.
ability is the first time he's tried it, and he's kind of afraid of it. So she's trying to keep him like relaxed and calm down.
It's okay.
I'm gonna give him a
It's
piece
okay,
of beef
Theodore.
jerky. And
You immediately
switch
see
him.
his demonic fangs immediately just open up and just immediately take it from your hand.
That's a great white shark.
And it just takes your whole hand because he's huge right
He
now.
he just looks at you and he gives you like the cute little cuddly little fluffy nose kind of thing with
The little squiggle
Yeah.
nose.
Like.
Little scrunch of the nose.
And then he looks at Helga. He looks at Helga. Daggers.
Well, so remember for Helga, he didn't like you first. Then you talked to him. But then he found out that you don't naturally talk to creatures. You have to cast a spell to talk to creatures. So he's like,
Cheater.
oh, that's not fun. So you haven't been able to hear me this whole time? Well, fuck. Screw that.
Well, we're like, me and Tilly are like, Well, Theodore, what a mouth on you. Jesus. Language.
All right. So as you guys are moving on and you're making your second day's travel,
The
with
reason
it,
why me and Tilly are on top of Theodore is also anywhere we touch the land that is all like plagued and gross looking, it's draining energy, like actual
No magic.
Fey
It's draining magic.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is
don't
going to
use
affect
your
you, Xander.
magic.
You would have found out because you would have been there. So whenever this crimson orb affects the ground, anything magic immediately starts to decay, including people who cast magic.
Oh, good.
And because
I love
me
this
and
place.
Tilly and me and Tilly are from this world,
So they'll
we're
die
more
from being touched.
susceptible. Like we'll get hurt.
I mean,
really
like
bad.
Helga, even though Helga's not a spellcaster, due to the fact that it affected her, she can't even shift right now.
Oh, should we do? Did he do a saving throw for that?
Yep.
Or
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how we got to be on top of the rabbit.
He can't move. He can't
I
roll.
thought that was for the sleep, not for
Oh,
the
I'm not gonna have him worry
wave
about
of-
that, just because like
Okay.
I would assume maybe he was a little bit farther away. I'm not gonna deal with that because we were kind of already past that
Sounds
part
great.
cinematically.
Yeah.
All right.
that
So
makes sense.
as you guys going through your first day, I need
Can he
someone
take
here.
Can he take a nap while he's on Theodore? So
Absolutely.
he
If
can
you
maybe-
do not want to do anything and you want to sleep and try to fix those problems, you can take a long rest while you're on Theodore.
Sleep,
Do it.
buddy.
Okay. So
Just
for 8
hold on-
hours you are
hold on tight.
technically unconscious. All right. So
Aren't you glad you joined?
I need
Yeah,
someone
just-
except for Xander. Then I need someone to roll me a d20 to see if there is something throughout the day that's going to be troubling for you until your camp.
Not it.
Anyone, don't be afraid.
I got it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, we got 1. We got an 8.
8.
Not yet. Not yet. Nope. Mm-mm.
So, as the day progresses through, Xander, throughout the first 8 hours, nothing happens. You wake up, you do not have the exhaustion levels effects on you, and you're all better. Throughout this whole time, because of nothing happening to you guys are no longer affected by exhaustion, so everybody's cleared of your exhaustion effects.
Yay.
Oh, yay.
So do I get to hit the long rest button?
Yep.
Huzzah.
In fact, everybody can actually hit the long rest button now, due to the fact that
Oh,
the magic
everybody
in
in
the
the
area is
club.
actually... Yep.
Like nothing ever happened, but a traumatic effect happened.
Well, if we had a 10 or higher, then something bad would happen.
Okay, then we're gonna kick you off the rabbit. By the way,
Yeah,
so
let's
you
get
can
up.
go. So you
Like,
can
you
go
look
down
great.
a slice.
You got legs, go. Throughout the rest of the travel, you do notice that for some reason, night comes sooner than usual. Usually around here, about, due to how sunny it usually is, you don't really get full nightfall till about 8 p.m. The sun is almost fully set at about 5. Whether this is specifically the closer you get to the mountain, or the effects that something else is happening around here, you do not know. But you do go throughout a whole day. You do find out that the tracks that you've been following are getting deeper. You are probably about, as you expected, 1 day away from catching up to them. And it looks like they haven't made camp in some time. So most likely you'll be able to catch up to them in a day, because they will probably be making camp as the map has basically said. You are able...
Fireflies?
I'm sorry?
Is there fireflies?
There's almost always fireflies in the Feywild.
Well, I just wondering because we're getting closer to this mountain. So if there's all this decay,
You're
then-
still like 4 days away from the mountain. You're 1 day away from a caravan that's constantly moving around.
Okay. And where are we? Is there more decay around us, or is it just regular
I will get
right
there.
now?
So
Oh,
as you guys make camp, currently now, much like you were making camp before, no decay actually happened until the witch summoned herself. It looks like there has been no planned decay in this area. But as you guys are sitting down and Meek says you're kind of on edge and you're looking around, you see a glow of a humanoid shape walking like a mysterious figure in the woods. As she is not necessarily moving with grace, but she is like a medium to large sized creature as she moves from one tree to another, but not like hopping, like randomly she'll like hide behind one tree and then she appears behind another tree. She's moving around and she looks not necessarily like frightened, but distressed.
Are you doing is it insight or perception to try to figure out what it is?
Investigation check.
And she's the only one that sees this?
Everyone else can give me a perception check, technically. Yeah, the rest of you can give a perception check, see if you can see it. What did you get, Mixus?
Only a 12.
Oh. Right. 7.
22.
22?
13.
Helga, you see it.
23.
Renora, you see it. Murph, what'd you get?
20.
Okay.
Spooky 20.
Murph, you see it. Mixus, at first, the glow looks familiar, but normally the creature you usually see would be hopeful or happy. And at first you don't notice, but as she gets closer and then she disappears and drifts away, due to the wavy long hair and the elegant wardrobe, you just assume this is a dryad.
I was rubbing her eyes like,
It's
"You guys,
okay.
you see that
You
too,
can come
right?"
out. It's just Tilly and me are here. It's okay. You
She
can
talked to
come
the
out.
trees again.
No, there's some creature behind a tree.
Both me and Tilly probably move a little bit closer to the edge of wherever we are, closer to where the trees are, where it is.
As it keeps walking, it starts to do a stride instead of teleporting between trees. It's moving. As you see small little growths of plants, but not large, grow between the toes of her feet and the footprints that she makes as she steps. But it looks like she's expecting to be much more grandiose, and she's very disappointed by the growth beneath her feet. She starts walking, and she is barefoot, walking across this. Most of you can see this humanoid now as you would assume as more like a full-powered Mixus, as a humanoid creature that is of nature itself. What many of you would consider as almost kind of like Mother Nature. But this is not just one, there are many of these kinds. As this dryad probably you would assume is not the only dryad for the Feywild, but maybe the dryad for this forest itself.
Mixtus, is this like the mother of the trees that move? Okay.
Can't hear
What?
You? Via, you?
She kind of crouches down on her knees and she just kind of looks at you. She shakes her head, but she does not give voice to acknowledge.
What happened? You don't look well.
You just see a tear coming down her eye as it's constantly streaking her skin at how many times she's cried at this point. As she just tries to put her hand into the dirt beneath it, as you only see just a single small little piece of grass grow. And it just dies as soon as it grows, and she just puts it back down on the ground.
I automatically just hug her.
She doesn't hug back, but she almost doesn't have the strength to even hug.
I look at Tilly to come here.
She starts getting closer and closer and closer as Tilly comes by, and she starts gesturing her closer as Tilly comes over to the hand, and she kind of pulls Tilly to you and her, and she holds with one arm wrapped around you. She's considerably tall, but she's more lengthy.
Like a tree, but not a tree.
Compared to, for players, compared to like an Elandrin, this is more of like a pure blood like tree elf. Like she actually has like her veins are actually like the actual life force of like the lands, and you actually see like instead of veins are actually almost like the actual roots of trees going through, and her hair is just kind of like both beautiful, but it's almost kind of a mess. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of like maybe there was once like a bird's nest living in it. And she is a creature of nature, nothing more, nothing less.
What happened to you? Is it this stuff? Is it what's happening with is it the witch? Did she do something to you?
She shakes her head. Yes, as more tears come down her eyes.
Can I do a nature check to see if I can figure out what's wrong?
Sure.
It's a 10.
From what you know about dryads, normal dryads themselves are guardians of the lands that they are from. They're both born from those lands, and they serve a purpose that is their whole life, is to protect those lands. If those lands die, they literally die with those lands. This is the Feywild. The Feywild is 100% nature. It is much more amplified for this dryad, as she is literally the land that you walk on in human form itself, or as close to it as possible. As the trees die, her soul is literally dying away with them. Take Mixus's emotions and multiply them by 100. She is literally almost like in her mind, with a single tree, she is getting a cut on her body.
Okay.
Outside of that, you don't know how you can necessarily help her, but you can understand that maybe with this, she has a voice due to magic. Her magic is dwindling away. She cannot talk.
And you just see, like, probably both me and Tilly's ears just go, like, flat to our heads, like,
Okay. You can't wiggle away. The forest will die without you. It's not, and then we'll all die. That's not fair. No, this can't happen. No.
and, like, all the emotions, like, all of a sudden she gets really blue, and she's, like getting really, really sad. And then all of a sudden you see it, like, flash to red because she's getting mad. And then she gets sad again. And it's, like, back and forth. Because she doesn't know what to do at this moment.
Is there anything we can do to help her now, Mixus? Or is it just a matter of expediency?
I don't know, Tilly. Do you know anything? I don't know. I can't concentrate. I don't know I don't know what to do.
Tilly just looks as dumbfounded by this as you do. As she's getting more not Tilly, but Sylvie's getting more distraught as she's like looking at you. She both takes like her thumbs and she wipes away your tears off. She just shakes her head no. And she just puts her hand on her heart and then she puts it on each of your hearts. And she just looks. She just tries to put a smile on each one of your faces. And she steps back up. And she just tries to touch two trees. And then put in as much magic as she can, as you can literally see it ages her a little bit as she does it. As they start to regenerate, she just plucks a flower off of one and then puts them over your ears, covering some of your hair. And she just tries to put a smile even further on your face. She just shakes her head. No.
It's okay. I'll wipe the tears away and be like, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix it. And I look at everyone else and be like, right? We're gonna fix this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to fix it. We have to.
Right by her where she stepped and where before they die, the plants are growing.
Mm-hmm.
Can I scoop them out of the soil and see if removing them from the earth keeps them alive?
Give me a nature check to see if you can at least understand before you attempt it.
Okay. Nature.
You're so good at that.
Right. Coin.
After this, I got something.
Okay.
Coin.
Actually, I'm gonna use 2 coins.
Damn.
Coin.
By the power of
She wants to
nature.
help the dryad.
Do you need some guidance?
Always.
Yes.
Okay, you have guidance. There you
Always.
go. It's a D4.
Guidance is a D4.
Yeah.
Is that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Let's add that D4.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, she got...
Going high, she can.
Plus
She's good.
3, 11, 12, 13. So 14?
So you would assume before you even try to dig into it that the ground is so brittle and so decayed that even though there is a little bit of grass and a little bit of weeds that's growing beneath her feet as she walked past them, by merely touching them will make them decay. as they are nothing but soon to be dead due to her magic decaying so much in the lands, even though this part of the land has not been cursed by the witch's magic, but more or less the area itself is losing its substance, that it might as well be cursed.
Okay, then I'm not gonna scoop it up and try and take it with. We'll fix this, Mixus. I'm gonna look at the dryad. We'll fix this. It'll be green once again.
She just plucks another rose from the tree that she tried to give energy to, and she plucks it out, and she just gently offers it to you in her hands, as you see that she just aged a little bit by trying to grow it.
I take it and I smile at her and I put it in a pocket by my heart.
Please, you gotta stop. Stop doing that. You're gonna itch more. We can't let you go. You have to stay. You have to stay here. You have to be. You
She
can't.
just shakes her head no. Give me an insight check on her.
Oh, only 11.
You assume this is her purpose. She will die doing what she loves to do, even if it means they'll kill her. Murph, you said you want to do something.
No, Mixus is before the Dryad, correct?
Yeah, Mixus,
Well, Mixus
Matilda,
and
Mixus and
Finra
Yep.
and
Until.
Tilly.
Yep.
Murta has been sullen silence during this whole occasion, and he's going to walk towards the Dryad, and as he does, he's going to pass Renora, and he's going to stop at Renora. Blade, give me one of those shiny daggers I know you got so many of.
Any Pacific line?
Give me something sharp.
Okay. She is gonna not give you anything that she's currently using.
Which is like
She's
everything.
gonna pull out her backpack and be like, here, and hand you a short sword.
Okay.
Perfect. He's gonna walk up with a short sword. And he's gonna pass Mixus and Tilly. And just give him, and like silently mouth both of them. I'm sorry. And he's gonna look at Dryad.
Mixus is going to be very concerned because you have a sword in your hand, and it's going to like stand in front of the Dryad because she doesn't know what you're doing.
Murph.
Oh.
The Dryad doesn't know what you're doing either, and she's assuming you're going to just try to kill her. So she just stands up, and she does not try to stop you. She just believes that this is her fate. This is her fate.
Murph, no! Don't do it! Don't hurt her!
I'm more about him hurting himself.
He's gonna look at Mixus and kneel down. I know what the war singer said to you. That he would bring death to your home. I'm sorry, Mixus. But we're gonna make it right. And he stands up and he slits. He takes the short sword and draws it across his palm, and he just looks up at Dryad. You will grow this place of beauty, of freedom. I will make sure it grows. I've been a destroyer, but I've seen love and laughter and freedom, and he's gonna look at all his friends. No matter the cost, I'll make it grow.
She just takes your hand and she just cups it closed. And then she just puts both her hands on your hand and she just kind of nuzzles like her cheek against them and she just gives a kiss to your hand and she just looks at you and she smiles. And she just looks at all of you and she just gives a smile as if this is still a happy moment for her. And then she just starts backing away back into the forest as she starts to glow and slowly disappears. Now, to imply her disappearing does not mean that she's dying. She's just, they don't usually walk normally. They just move through the magic of the area. As she just resets herself back into the ethereal magic of the Feywild.
Fiona's gonna turn to Murph and take the rose that was in her pocket and go up to him and put it in his pocket. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna make the green come back.
Murph, you can see that your hand is healed.
He's gonna put his hand over Fenris. Will.
Okay.
Push onwards, and we keep going.
He's gonna wait till Fenris turns away to like talk to everybody else, and when she's talking to him, he's gonna have like this. Yeah, you're right. As soon as she turns away. Yeah, you're right.
Do you guys, with this, do you guys officially decide to keep with camp or move on? Move on, you will take a level of exhaustion. Otherwise, you can decide to continue taking camp, take your couple shifts of rest, and try to meet up and attack the caravan on next day.
I would still like to rest. I don't want to try to attack.
Hey, I was
Yeah,
just
we'll
saying,
see
if
what
we're
that
going to be
happens.
attacking a caravan, we want to be,
Okay.
Yeah.
maybe
All
even
right.
come up with a plan. Like,
So,
We plan things?
as far
I mean,
as
whether
rest,
we follow them.
who is going to do first watch then?
It does not work out well for
I was
me
going to say,
last
I
time.
want to do a watch specifically with Murph just because Helga wants to talk to him, but
Okay, so
Mixus isn't gonna actually, like, she's gonna be awake the first one, but you're just gonna see her, like, rotating in color, because she's kind of
mess
in
with
her own
emotions.
Working it
reflection.
All right,
Yeah.
I know,
So
we
she's-
made mix us a disco ball.
so all right, so Murph, do you want to
Not
do
in
the?
a good way.
All right,
Yeah.
so Murph, do you want to do the first one? Or do you want to hold off to the second one because that's when Helga's doing one?
I'll hold off for the second one.
Okay, so then we got Mixus, Xander, and Fierna for first shift. Okay, so the rest of you decide to try to get to sleep, even though it might be a little unsettling to try to go to sleep right away. You do start to rest. With Xander, Fierna, and Mixus on first watch, perception check from all three of you, please.
Oh, please do better.
Don't jinx it.
don't fuck up.
That's
don't fuck
better.
up.
That's better.
What is it, a 2?
No, well, better than that. It's a 16.
15.
15,
2.
22.
22.
Okay. Fierna and Xander, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Obviously, this is not normal to you, but as far as anything that is dangerous, you do not seem to find any threats. Mixus, you're obviously out of sorts, but you're able to keep your eyes abound. You do not see Sylvia again, but you also don't see any dangers. But you do notice something that the others don't. At first, it's a smell. The slight smell of burning wood. And maybe a little bit of fire. It's slight, as if it's been quite a distance away, but for some reason, maybe due to your senses being on overload right now and just the emotions, you can smell it. And then if you look as the overpass, maybe if you guys decide to move ahead another 3 hours, you see the camp of where the caravan is.
Does smell different? Like a different kind of burning of wood?
It seems it smells like they're burning something over the wood.
Mixus is gonna stand up, look at everybody, and just gonna start walking.
To
away.
imply, you do not see it from where you are, as you're kind of like on a beach side,
Mm-hmm.
and from where they are to you is like a wrap around the giant hill. So they're about 3
Yeah.
hours ahead of you, so you cannot see them, but that's why no one else could see a smoke before. You kind of smelled it a little bit.
Yeah, Mixus is gonna start to like it's all of a sudden like she cracked and she just like she's gonna start walking away.
Fiona will run to catch up and kind of stop her. Not tonight.
They're burning them.
I know. What are you going to do? You have no sleep right now. You are exhausted. You cannot help those that need the help if you can't help yourself right now. You need rest. We need to keep everybody together. Rest up so that we can help tomorrow.
They're burning them. You don't
I know.
understand.
I know, Mixus. But we can't rush in. Rushing in, you'll die. They'll continue burning.
Cool. We'll have another
Take
Khalid
some
on
of
our
them
hands.
out with me.
And we'll take all of them out tomorrow. But you can't just wander alone. We need
But
to
I
stay
know these
together.
lands. They don't know these lands.
They may not. You can't rush in there. You need to be smart about this.
Learn from Xander. Don't do that.
You're gonna physically have to pick her up because she's not gonna.
I
but-
eventually will. I'll restrain her. Like, I'm not even gonna pick her up. I'm just gonna sit on the ground and hug her.
I'm just gonna
She's
say,
just gonna be like, she's gonna just keep trying to like. She's not gonna wiggle out, but she's gonna just keep like, but they're burning. It's not allowed. No.
She's gonna hug her and she's just gonna hum a song from when she was younger. And just sit there like that.
I'm gonna keep repeating everything. She's like broken right now. So yeah, obviously. So
Those times you wish you had calm emotions. Why don't I have calm emotions?
Damn it, Xander!
Yeah! Of all the spells you could have, of all the times. Oh.
No, she'll continue just hugging her and like patting her on the head and humming. And she knows if she lets her go, Meeks is gonna try and go after them, and Fiona's not gonna allow that. Not on her own.
Mixus isn't fighting her or anything or trying to struggle to get out. She's just kind of like internalizing the horror right now, pretty much, kind of thing.
How far away are they?
3 hours,
3 hours?
away.
Oh, it's 3
so
hours.
once it's being put to your vision and they start
Right.
notifying where you are, it looks like to get to the hill that the opposite side of is about an hour away. For you guys to take the fastest route, which is to go around the hill, is about 2 hours. If you decide to maybe climb over the hill, getting up to the top and get back to the bottom would maybe take an additional 2 hours. So it's quicker to walk around it due to the distance going around it is much quicker than going up and down it. Like I said, due to the height of the hill and the distance away, and it's dark out, it is no surprise that you guys would not have seen the smoke. But with Mixus kind of on edge and being attuned with the area, her senses are very much amplified right now. So 22 helped her kind of smell it from a distance
Oh,
where you guys
right
cannot. If for
So
some reason
pretty much-
Helga still had her shifter form that wasn't paused
Yeah.
now, I would allow her to smell it as well.
So, just in layman's term for viewers and for other members, they're burning trees, like live trees.
Yeah,
Like trees
they're,
that are alive.
they're burning tree folk
Yeah,
for wood.
that's what they're doing. That's why Mixus is acting the way they are.
By the way, I'm just gonna say, as DM the players, it's a mixture of me, my story, and you guys doing a really good job. I'm gonna give everyone inspiration. This is really good. So
Thank
you guys can
you.
use it during this session.
Woo-hoo.
Inspiration. We're making all the feels tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Oh, the
feels.
feels.
There's very few times where I actually get the feels
Roller
off my own
coaster.
story. So like,
Roller coaster, everybody.
yeah, it's. So I'm gonna give
Doing a
everyone
roller
inspiration.
coaster.
Doing the tour of emotions.
Okay, so with that, unless there's anything you guys want to talk about outside of that, nothing else happens for the 8 hours during the first shift.
Luna's staring at the camera like, hello. Sorry.
So everyone else that already that finished up the long rest can hit the long rest button. You have completed your long rest, and you can switch shifts with now Mixus, Fierna, and Xander now taking your long rest.
Finner, you're gonna probably have to still be holding her the whole
She is.
time.
Fall asleep
Or she's
while
not.
holding her.
Or she's not.
As-
She's got like an arm across her.
You are the thunder blanket.
As far as
Yes.
time-wise, because of the way that nightfall is hit a lot earlier on this area of the Feywild, it is still dark out when your second shift starts. Stars are still out bright, and you have a scenery of a large crystally river in front of you and a vast forest behind you. How would you like to proceed?
Player DM, how cold is the river based?
If you decide to test it, your tolerance is going to be different to theirs due to your cold resistance. But
How cold and how strong is it? I guess I should ask more precisely.
Are we talking about river or drinks?
river. The river itself, in actual terms for someone who's not resistant to it, it's probably about 10 degrees. For as far as the current, it's quite slow. If you're talking about strength level. It's a very calm river. Barely any wake.
But cold as hell.
It's very cold, and you assume it's really just cold during nighttime. During the day, it looks like there's no reason why it would be cold. It's just one of those situations where nightfall really brings in just that cold blanket of weather.
So on his second watch, once he saw the first watch come in, Murph would have been found a position in the river that would have allowed him to get the maintain sentry duty, but he would have sat in the river, his kimono set on the side of the river, and like keep an eye out, but also like just deal with everything that has happened.
Are you standing in the river or are you by the side of the river?
Kneeling in the river.
How deep is the river?
If you stay on the shore side, it is about only 2 feet deep. The deepest spot of the river, due to the river not being super wide at this point, is going to be about 30 feet deep. It is a pretty wide river.
Maybe on the shoreline?
Yeah, he's on the shoreline.
Okay.
Up
I
to
was
his
like
waist.
picturing Murph in the middle of the river.
Yeah, no.
I was like, wait a second.
So imagine this is
Great
like
campaign.
a thick. Imagine this is like a thick river that would cut through almost like a Caribbean island, where it's connected
Think
to
of the Mississippi.
to the ocean and the ocean side itself, the seas. So it still runs as a thick, wide, deep river itself.
He is on the shoreline, and the fact that it's up to his waist, and he can control, like, the current's not gonna push him one way or another, and he's still, even though the cold, and that's him trying to deal with. Cold has been like a therapeutic thing for him, and all of a sudden we're in a lot of traumatic situations. So he's doing that at the same time, he kind of wider picture, making sure there's nothing coming in or going to attack or surprise, and that's where he is.
Okay. All right. What about the Renora and Helga? Anything you two want to do during this time?
I know Helga wanted to talk to Murph.
Yeah, but before she goes over to Murph, she's just gonna look at Renora and be like, I know that wasn't easy for you, but you know we got your back, right? I know you're not a touchy-feely, bleedy heart kind of person, but I know that that's, you know,
Thanks,
hard.
bestie.
Yeah, you know we got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta do your mama proud, right?
Exactly. Gotta do our mamas proud.
Feel like we would have gotten along. We would have had fun.
Yeah. I think so. There's a reason we're best friends.
Of course.
Of course.
Besties.
Besties! Need to get matching bestie tattoos.
Right? We really should have when we had the tattoo guy.
Next time.
Next time.
Oh no, more magical tattoos, whatever.
Oh
we
no.
do. Oh no.
I just want to get. What would you like to get? Sleeve, anything like that? I want a tattoo bodysuit. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want half a heart that says best, and she's gonna get the other half.
T.
Teeth.
Best fiends.
Yeah.
Like you misspelled friends. I did not.
No, we did it. Yeah.
Alright. So, do you eventually go find Murph, Helga, or you just decide to say he's kind of doing his thing? You're just gonna let him do his thing.
I'll go up to him, but like I'm gonna give him a couple minutes. Like I'm just gonna awkwardly sit there for a little bit to see if he like how deep in his meditation is he? Like would he notice like I know he's kind of like trying to keep an eye out for everything, but like, hey, how's it? Like it's very
I'm
awkward.
sure he'd still
She
be able to
doesn't
hear
want to
you.
like.
What up?
What up,
I
homie?
know,
Boy.
of course.
You keeping it real?
Yeah.
Before she says anything, little sister, speak.
Well, you know, you looked real busy, so I didn't want to interrupt your ice bath.
Helga, shut the fuck up with the pretense. Tell me what's on your mind.
Well, you know, we just haven't had a little like chance to really talk about what happened with the whole war singer. That was kind of like a whole deal, and Calabac kind of had me help bring you back, and like we just haven't really talked about it, and now all this is happening, and War Singer kind of gave me some inside knowledge as to like who this person was, and it's just I want to make sure that like this is like I don't know if you wanted me to know about certain things, and I feel like War Singer didn't care. So I just want to make sure that I want to get an idea of where your head's at, because we've been through a lot and we haven't had a lot of like R&R time since the whole War Singer situation. And is she the reason you know, and she just kind of like gestures to like his necklace, like was that her?
The whole time she's talking to his back, and she finishes and he stands up. He turns and starts walking towards her. Oh, I know the chat you had with War Singer. I also know. And he's gonna like drop in front of her to his knees and put both her hands in his. I also know what you did with Cow Black and for me.
She's gonna drop to her knees like with him, like still holding on to his hands. You're muted.
He's gonna grab both sides of her face. Sister. I met you, and you're a wild spirit, and I appreciated that because I was trying to escape mine, but and he's gonna grab and like put his forehead to hers, like when she rescued him with the Warsinger armor and also the Cowback quarterstaff. You brought me back. You made me true. And you and all the others will be protected from everything. And he's gonna move back and look at her deeply, eye, and slap her as hard as he can across her face. Time you grew up, I won't be here forever. You're strong. You're a beast. You showed it in the arena, but you're a beast for good. I need you to be that, to show that. Because what we're facing, that's what needed. If you don't do it for me, you don't do it for Finra, Renora, or Mixus. For the love of all the gods, Helga, do it for your fucking self.
If a beast is what you need, a beast is what you're gonna get. We're not gonna let anything happen to you. But I just, again, wanted to make sure that your head was on somewhat correctly. I know it's a lot to kind of have that thrust at you all at once. But she's not getting you back. We won't let her.
Thank you, little sister. And he's gonna hug her, and as he does, he's gonna... Because I assume she still has the feather in her, the mohawk.
Yeah. That's somehow, like everything else, the feather looks great.
Steal the feather. No kidding. I'm sorry.
As he's hugging her and sees the feather, he's gonna tie a little charm out of his pocket, just like he gave the others so far. And it's like a smiling hyena face inside a heart. And he's gonna connect it to the end of the feather. Alright. Whatever you say. I'll be fine. So will you.
Check Murph. Even though it's not gonna work, it's gonna be great. Oh, look at that, an 8. Good job, me. He's fine. He's fine.
I'm so solid.
Solid as a rock.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're sure. Like I said, it's haven't had a really time to talk, so figured now is a better chance than any. Oh, I'll let you get back to your meditation stuff. And go.
For the love of all the things, hell and heaven beyond, Helga, don't reject what you are and what I love about you. There are devils that brought your home to fucking ruins. We're brother and sister. Would your big brother let someone demolish their home without recompense?
No.
There's your answer. Live it. Breathe it. Fucking do it.
You just see
And
Renora
that's
off
the
in the
tea.
distance, like, I heard that. Like,
Heard that.
I looked down. I was in the zone and I looked down and just saw Renora and I'm like,
That's what's up.
Mhm. She's just gonna fiddle with the trinket in her hair now and just give him a nod and a clap on the shoulder, and then walk back off to Renora.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. As the night itself ends, but even with the longer nights now, by the time everybody completes a long rest, which they do, hit the long rest button, there's still a bit of darkness in the air. Sun is slowly setting, but now it's almost as if night is from 6 p.m. to about maybe 8 in the morning.
Oh, so my
Alaska?
work schedule.
Doing Alaska.
Right.
We're getting close to Alaska time.
Winter in Alaska, got it.
Almost. We
DLA.
haven't hit where it's 10. That's when the sun comes up and it goes down by 3. We're almost there, and then we've hit Alaska.
All right.
The lower
No
parts
midnight
of Alaska.
sun, but just shy.
The
With
lower parts of Alaska. in the winter.
everyone awake, you can smell that the fire has been put out, but it sounds completely quiet on the other side of the mountain. Take with that what you will.
We can still use the darkness as our advantage. We can
Yes.
hurry up and catch up to him, and Meeksus, I promise you, they will die today.
Mixus is just gonna start walking. She's gonna be completely quiet, which is very weird.
As soon as Mixer starts taking off, Murphy's gonna match her stride without any word.
Yeah, Renora's gonna, as soon as we pack up, immediately start following the trail of tracks
People.
that we have. Yeah.
I need everyone who wants to be tracking it to give me a survival check to make sure that you are not going to get snuck up on by anything, or if you find a better route.
Okay.
Ooh. Nat 20 for 27.
Nice.
Now I say, how
26.
does the guide?
Nice.
How does the guide?
26. 26.
Break my
20.
nose.
26.
Nat
23.
For a 6.
I'll take
6.
it.
But I think I might use my
21.
inspiration to roll it with advantage.
Yeah, get it,
Do it.
get it,
Do
get
it. Do it.
get
Do it.
Get it, get it.
Oh my goodness, why? We're looking at
Use on that advantage.
Woo! What fun.
It's all right.
No, not today.
It's all good.
I have lucky, or is that Zephinia?
I'm still rubbing the sleep out of my eyes.
I have lucky. I'm gonna.
Wait,
You have
I'm
lucky
gonna-
now.
you mean of?
Oh,
you
yeah.
mean as? You have
Me?
lucky. You do have lucky.
I do have lucky. I'm gonna
Of
re-roll it.
Funeral. You have
Oh,
lucky.
lucky.
What?
I have luck points.
What? And you just doing it now? Like,
I used them in the
where-
past. I just forgot about it. Okay,
Oh,
15,
okay.
not a natural one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use it when you need it.
So, with the tracking going on, you're able to notice that Not only does it seem that they're awfully close to you, and they're positioned where you think they are, but you assume that there is a patrol somewhere. There are some footprints that are heavier than the others, and based off how deep they are, you assume that they are maybe not 10 minutes old. Just like your group, there are ones that are awake while some are asleep. But unlike your group, they are not staying in the same spot. They are probably walking around, making sure no one's going to sneak up on them.
Mixus automatically like wiggles her ears, and then all of a sudden you see her take off into the woods and climb a tree and does a stealth check. So she disappears.
Okay, stealth
much.
check, please.
21.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the
no-
only reason why
good
she
call.
wiggled her ears was because she's letting Tilly know what she's gonna do.
Oh, she's not summoning Fred.
No, not this time. The way that it was wiggled was different.
Okay. Different ear wiggle.
Yep.
Bang.
Play DM, can I do an investigation check on what the races or nature of the people that we're seeing may be?
Sure. You can give me an investigation check.
$18.
18.
Oh, that's bad.
From what you see that are mostly asleep right now, you don't see any of the ones that are recon. They all look like heavily armored orcs. Perhaps some of them are half orcs, but orcs nonetheless. I will also imply for anybody who got a natural 20 survival check, the people you assume that are doing recon around the place are very late-footed. Most likely not wearing armor, if at all any. And most likely is not an orc, due to orcs being having a heavier foot.
Could I make the assumption that these might be the drow assassins?
It does match the footprints that you would have found when you were originally tracking some of them before.
Keep your eyes above us and behind us.
Okay.
Just went in a tree.
And to the left of us, and all which directions.
And hell below us too, you don't know.
Spiffle.
Yeah. Back to back, guys, back to back.
Front to left.
Assassins afoot.
Question. With beast sense, it says I can touch a willing beast, and see through their eyes. Is that something I can use on a random squirrel or bird, or does that have to be?
It has to be willing. It has to be willing.
So I have to use my
Grab
natural
Theodore.
animal skills to tame.
So it all depends. So
I mean,
normally
if Fenrir's touching an animal, it's one.
normally the way this works is that you already have to commune with the creature to begin with. Then
Okay.
you see through their eyes. You don't just be like, touch, now I see through you. You gotta at least have them acknowledge to you by talking to them.
You're my friend.
Theodore's
Yeah.
Theodore be the things you could have essentially Matilda speak for you to Theodore. So for this to work, you would have to either already be bonded to a creature,
Okay.
or normally be like Mixus, who can actually have a bestial speak to creatures to be like, friends with everyone, kind of thing like that, and it can do it.
We do, Amanda, we do also have,
Speak with
it
animals.
takes 10 minutes, yeah, that you
I
could
know. I
use.
just
'cause-
didn't want to take 10 minutes
10
for
minutes.
that, and then 10 minutes for.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna turn to Tilly. Tilly, are you
yeah.
able to speak with animals and make friends like your sister does?
I mean, I'm good with Theodore. I mean, he came out to my place. He was kind of an asshole to begin with, and now he's great.
Still an asshole.
I was wondering if maybe you can talk to one of the birds around here and just ask them if maybe they wouldn't mind if I can see through their eyes and they can kind of help us look for those in hiding.
Oh,
Make friends with birds.
Okay.
Do it, Tilly.
Okay.
Make
She
a
says
new
like she's trying to do like a whistle to try to like get the attention of like a bird somewhere, and then she sees like a little, what looks like just like a little like blue jay, as she finds it, and so that's like, unlike Mixus that just talks like Mixus talks to him, it seems like Tilly has like her own kind of like little kind of like squirrely kind of language with animals. As you start seeing like these weird little sounds that she makes as the bird looks, and she points at you. Bird looks at you. She looks back. And she just kind of like pets like its little feather mohawk it has like on its head to its back. Flies over and just lands on your shoulder. I think you're all set.
I'm going to cast Beast Sense. It'll take 10 minutes, but I can see through their eyes, hear what they hear, until I use an action to return to my normal senses. So, Tilly, once this goes into effect, can you ask him? I'm just gonna scritch right under his little beak, if he'll keep an eye out for anybody that's not us in this area.
Okay. I mean, I could do you better. And then she comes over by you and she just holds your hand, and then all of a sudden you just hear the bird start talking to you. Why can't she talk perfectly? What's with these people not being able to talk?
Hi. I almost just said I'm Mixus.
Go to bed, Finra. Go to bed.
Right. I'm just saying hi. I'm Mixus.
That's the thing that works so far, so...
Right.
You are talking to a bird, so.
My name is Fyrna. Do you mind helping us?
Oh, yeah, I already agreed to Matilda that I was going to help you. But I think this is better that if I'm going to be your eyes, that maybe we can talk.
Well, since I can talk to you now, have you seen anybody around this area that are kind of like us, but maybe a little different?
You mean the orcs? Yeah, they come through all the
Yes.
time. They're right over.
Where?
They're not that far up. They're just over the bridge, or not the bridge, the ridge. The bridge.
Do you know where the other ones in their group are? They're probably hiding. They seem, and I'm looking
The
at
ones
tracks,
with
they seem
the hoods
smaller.
up.
Yeah, those.
I mean, they're not around. I'm sure that they're somewhere. But I don't know where they're.
Well,
Last time I checked, there was like 3 of them.
can I see through your eyes as you fly around and show me where everybody is?
I mean, I don't want to get hurt. I'm not going to get hurt doing this, am I?
No, just stay away from anybody with a bow.
Oh, okay. All right. How long do you want me to fly around for?
Until you can see everybody.
Oh.
I just need a lay of land.
Okay. All right. So I would assume you probably want to sit down for this, unless you are used to flying. But
Probably a good idea, and I sit and start to cast Beast Sense.
okay.
She's having flashbacks when she was on a dragon.
For anybody looking at her, you immediately see like her eyes change color and then immediately turn into more of like the slitted eyes, immediately to match the bird's eyes, and immediately it's like, all right, well, let's go find the little hooded guys, and immediately starts taking off. It starts flying like immediately like straight up in the air and trying to go pretty high to the mountain, and then it starts flying around and like soaring. Much like very Assassin's Creed, like summoning the eagle to try to find things. Like he's like just coasting over and trying to see if he can spot anything. You can see where like there's the very muddled down campfire with what you count up to be a total of 8 orcs. Soon, based off of the tents, maybe a 9th one is somewhere in there. You don't see any captains or anything like that. They all look exactly the same. Very bent up, rusted up metal for armor. You do see occasionally what looks like someone moving in the shadows not too far away, but that counts as 1. As he keeps flying around to try to find the other 2. He keeps soaring. Give me a investigation check +4 due to his specific sight.
Verb.
Bird is the word.
24.
Yeah.
24.
Okay. 20.
After about like 10, 15 minutes in the air, you spot two others. Definitely what looks like hooded drows based off the skin color. And they're kind of like walking around. They look like they're not specifically like hunting, they're just reconning as they don't have hands on their weapons. They're just kind of just, some of them are occasionally like climbing up walls. But you notice that they're on the same side of the mountainside as the camp itself, so it's on the opposite side of you. One is consistently, like I mentioned, is in the shadows not too far away from the camp. Looks like always ready in case someone sneaks up, that they'll sneak up on them. The other two looks like they're just kind of like switching spots. They're crossing each other on like this one, like almost like a walkway path that kind of cuts into the mountain, maybe about 30 feet above the campground. But due to the shadow and the way the light is actually hitting, since the moon's hitting from the other side, they're under complete darkness. Perfectly
As the
hidden.
bird's showing me this, I'm taking a stick and I'm not even looking at it, but I'm drawing kind of a map in the dirt beside me of where everyone is.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Ten.
Okay. At first, you don't notice this, as all of a sudden you hear out of his sound to you, "Hey, I've never seen you here before. Oh, there's a lot of you. Oh God!" And then you immediately see that he's in the middle, surrounded around a flock of ravens.
Get out of there now.
Oh,
Fly away. Get out.
okay. And immediately you just lose vision of him, as you just hear like immediately just like nothing, as all of you start to see like a swarm of ravens start attacking a bird up in the air. As
I'm
you
gonna
just all of a sudden hear a pitched scream in your head, and then all of a sudden it goes quiet. No cheating.
No.
And then it goes out.
Little birdie.
Fiona cries a little.
Oh,
Amanda may cry a little too.
made it over.
Immediately you get a contact back. Oh God, that was fucking freaky as hell. Oh.
You're up.
What the hell? What the fuck are
That's
those
your
things?
new best friend.
Come back.
I'm out of there. And immediately starts like, you just see him like start charging directly at you, as you start seeing like this shadow in the air of like all the different crows just like staring at you. You just see these beady eyes, and it's like forming the one thing, so you just see his two eyes just staring directly at you from the distance until they just burst away into his shadow. So he comes right back at you, and he like dives bomb, and immediately just like grabs a whole tight claws right against your shoulder as you kind of feel this pinch. It's like, oh no, don't make me do that again. Oh God, no.
This would be a really good time to have fireball if someone had fireball against all of the ravens.
I'm gonna
Oh, it's all right.
come back to normal, and she knows we're here. Here's where everybody is, and I'm still petting the little bird.
Yeah, don't make me do that again. I don't want to do that again. You're freaky.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
will never
Fenrir, do you need
that
some
again.
cure wounds? Yeah, I will go cast all cure wounds on our friend.
All of a sudden, you just see like his
First
wing like
level,
repop back into positioning. Like he lost some of his feathers. They kind of like grow back. It's like, oh, well, that's helpful. That's
you
real
wanted
nice.
you wanted a companion. I think you found one.
You have a bird.
I don't think he's gonna be wanting to go through that again.
Yeah.
Don't
I
introduce
don't
him to
want to do that again. You're a very nice lady, but I don't want to do that again.
Just stay away from ravens.
Well, give me an animal handling check.
Oh gosh.
All I hear is chirp, chirp, chirp.
Yeah.
Chirpity chirpity chirp chirp chirp.
My plus 0.
Tilly interpreter.
Mixes and me are probably like
What'd you
mixes and like
15.
15.
And Tilly are probably snicking.
If you don't mind, I'm usually like by myself, but I'm not used to finding just like a big group of them before. Like I saw one or two of them before. That was a little much. If only I could count. You seem like you got like a good group of friends. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna stick with you for a little bit, if that's all right.
Oh. I just so you know, I won't be able to talk to you this entire time. It just lasts a little bit longer, but you can stay with, and those two, if you need to tell me something, they can let you know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna stay here, and you know, I'll yell to them if I need anything. As he just
Sounds
keeps clinging
good.
onto like your right shoulder.
Like, just pet him.
Yeah, it's nice. That's yeah. Just keep doing that. That's nice.
I'm gonna let the rest of the group know exactly where everybody is, in conjunction to where we are and how many there are.
Perfect.
As
I
soon
think if
as you
we
start talking about it, you all of a sudden just see like Mixus drop from the tree. Like it was a really tall tree, but because of her
Jeez.
that armor,
Jesus.
that armor that she's wearing from like
God.
the one lady, she just kind of like flutters down. It's not feather fall,
Oh.
but it's definitely like it
Quiet.
doesn't hurt her.
Yeah.
It just goes, "Phew," and all of a sudden Mixus is there, and you're like, oh, Jesus.
What the fuck?
What's going on? What's going on?
Here's where we have everybody. We've got 8 around the fire. There might be one more in the tent. We've got
Okay.
one sneaky trying to stay out of sight. He's gonna be over here. And we've got 2 patrol staying in the shadows. I think if we take out the patrol first, we might have a better chance.
Probably the people who are the sneakiest should go first.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys can take out the one hiding and the 2 walking, we have a better chance of attacking.
Okay.
With her trying, and I don't know if I can do this, and that's fine, DM to player. Would that give me enough information to hunter's mark one of them, or do I have to see them first?
You have to see them.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
That's all right.
So-
That's all right. Yeah, you
Thanks.
have to. I mean, given the information about it is not really enough. You do need to actually
Okay.
physically see them
All
to mark them as your quarry.
Okay.
Now,
Sounds good.
if you did similar to what Fiona did, well, like if Fiona had Hunter's Mark, Fiona could technically Hunter's Mark them through the bird's eyes, but that's
Yeah.
because she's still technically seeing them. Yeah. So, all right.
Okay,
So
seems
you guys got a plan of attack.
Yes.
Just because, even though you're not going initiative, I'm gonna still have you guys roll initiative, just so we can do
Okay.
this in proper order. So,
Dun,
can give you guys a couple seconds. If you get a 20 or higher, raise your hand.
Oh my gosh.
Fiona, Murph. All right, Fiona, what'd you get?
Nat 20 for 24.
Oh shit, Murph.
I feel like all of ours.
That 20 for 22.
Wait a
Jesus
minute.
Christ. All right.
I feel like a whole
High
bunch of us totally just like fell
Left
upon
me
each
hanging.
other.
There you go. I got you.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody here has a 15 or higher? Okay, Xander, what'd you get?
19.
19.
We all can't have nat 20s for initiative.
10 or higher.
Womp womp.
10 or
I
higher.
know.
You're magnificent enough.
Helga, what'd you get?
Some of us gotta get some
14.
high points.
14.
I also got 14.
Okay, I'm assuming that you have the higher dex over Helga.
Yeah,
Probably,
plus
yeah.
2.
Yeah, 14 plus
15.
2. Yeah.
Yep,
So
so
you go
good.
for it.
All right, and Murph, what'd you have? What'd you get?
They got a nat 20.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
Murph.
that 20 for 22.
You mean me?
Yeah, you. Sorry.
I got a 6.
Right, you're bringing up the rear.
Make
All right,
this
and
issue
Tilly got a 5,
Oh.
Oh no.
Twins. Twinsies.
and
Twenty.
Serena got a also 5, but she has a +4, so that puts her at a 9.
Sabrina!
All right. So as you, I need to get a stealth check from everyone. You're under a blanket of night, and you know where they are. You can give me it with advantage. This is a group stealth check, not individually. So we're gonna try to see what you guys get.
Stealth, you said?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Oh gosh, someone just like, they all hit everybody's dice.
Yeah.
Well,
We ready for this?
Okay, we're gonna start off Mixus. What'd you get?
2.
What'd you get?
2.
32.
32.
Oh, 32.
Man,
We all heard
emphasize
two.
the
Yeah, the 3 got
We
cut
were
off.
like, oh.
Murph,
We
what'd
all
you
just
get?
32.
Yeah. Okay, thank God.
She wanted the dramatic effect.
Like,
All right, Murph, what'd you
no.
get?
I
What'd you get?
can't get a 2 if I even wanted to. I have a 14 plus 14.
Okay, we're gonna keep moving, guys. Murph, what'd you get?
Okay.
What'd you get? Murph?
22.
22. Renora.
I got a 19.
Helga.
18.
Xander.
19.
And Fiona.
13.
With enough of those, they definitely work enough where you guys are moving across with the knowledge that you have and a ley land of the area. You are using the beach to your advantage and not making a single sound. As you start coming around, assumingly that you saw everything, you come around the corner where there's a hook in the beach, and you finally are able to peek out. I'm gonna ask for 2 people to give me perception checks. Just 2. Whoever wants to do it.
I'll do one.
You'll do one. Someone else.
I
Murph?
can do another.
Oh, you want to do one, Fiona?
Murph, go ahead. Oh, okay. Either or.
Do it.
Sure.
Do you need some guidance?
Yeah.
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 I got a 23.
23.
4. I got a 3 plus 3.
Oh
Alright.
boy. I got you, fam.
Okay.
Oh, warm up.
Fiona, even though you had a sight on with the bird, as you're looking around this, the way that the light is hitting against the other side of the wall, you get no light in here. Even resorting to dark vision, you cannot see out far enough to see where these specific drows are. You can see some of the orcs, but due to the placement of the actual tents and the different bags where they're sleeping on, you don't see them all. You can assume they haven't moved, but you can definitely not place out where the 3 drows are. If the one in the shadows has not moved, you can see the location of where he would be if he has not moved. Helga.
Mm-hmm.
Looking around, you're able to spot the one that was hidden in the shadows. About 30 feet away from one of the orcs that's sleeping closest to the wall of the mountain, or the hill. Sorry for the mountain. From your distance and the incline, due to the way the lip is of where the 2 are walking, you do not see them. Due to the amount of darkness and the way the moon is hitting, you can't even see their shadows. But,
Okay.
give me an insight check.
Oh boy. 14.
Okay. You start to feel your animal senses having a problem. The moon is almost at full. This might not work in your favor, but you can sense that it might have a problem in the future. You haven't lost your animal transformation, you lost control of it.
Yep.
Woo woo.
Just point
Not
the
again.
woo to the wrong person. Point the woo-woo in the right direction to the baddies and let them take care of the woo.
Woo Woo may
the
not
baddies.
have Woo Woo may not have control over where she
Well,
goes.
just throw some meat that way.
Yeah,
Throw some
just
meat.
follow the meat.
Throw the rabbit.
In the distance,
Oh.
with many of you working
I
at each
said I
other,
could see. I'm sorry. You said I could see one of them or none of them.
you can only see one of the ones that's on the ground floor that's hiding. You cannot see
Okay,
the 2 that
so-
are walking up the top due to the incline. You cannot see where they are.
Right, but while she's got some faculties of herself, she's at least gonna like take Fiona, who's probably looking everywhere, and just kind of like take her head and like point her in the direction of at least the one that she sees. And then she's gonna kind of like just back away from everyone for potential safety of the group.
With that, Fiona, you assume that even though the way that you're being pointed, you still don't see the person, but where you're being pointed is exactly where the bird saw him. You assume that just with your vision, you can't see it, but if Helga can see it, that person is not moved. They are holding complete still in one position.
Okay.
So,
And
I would imply
this-
that it is almost a full moon right now, but there are many clouds in the sky. Rolls will be dependent on how this works out.
okay, out of curiosity though, this would be new for Helga with the full moon?
Yes.
Being a problem? Okay, so
Yeah.
this is definitely...
Due to you being a shifter, you
Yep.
already were trained on your animal faculties before you became a lycan. Therefore, you already had a head start. Plus, the way you got your lycanthrope was due to the first druid. Therefore,
Yep.
you were given already control over it. You haven't fully lost that ability, but it is currently
questionable.
correct.
Got it.
You don't know how you can get it back. You assume you can get it back some way, somehow. But for the time being, you must be careful.
Yep. So that's why she's just gonna point, at least Fierna, to the rest of to where she is, and then kind of just back away from everyone, kind of like almost doubled over in pain, because she's not... This is new for her. She hasn't had the connection with the moon and the lycanthropy yet, so I don't know if she would have made the physical connection yet.
Got it. Okay.
That...
The a few of you that aren't looking out and you're kind of sticking back, you do notice that there are, at first, some of you notice it's some of the wood that hasn't been burned yet. But then as you look further, you see that it is torn apart tree folk that are laying there on the beach side, eventually be ready to be used as flint wood.
This is Mixus's villain origin story.
Fiona's just gonna glance back to make sure Mixus doesn't rush in.
Okay. You all will get, I'll give you guys one round, assuming they don't spot you, of what you want to do. I'm going to use all their passive perceptions for the ones that are awake, and the ones that are sleeping, they'll have half their passive perception. So, for the ones that are walking around and the one that's staying still, they will be able to spot you if you go in front of their vision. So, how do you want to do this?
I'd love to rush up, but I think our sneaky boys should go first.
I was gonna say, are we doing this in any order? Or are we doing this in the order that
So,
we just rolled?
You guys can plan it right now, but
Okay.
once you do this, you will do it in your initiative order. And it'll keep doing
Okay.
that until they notice you. Once they notice you, then we go into combat.
Right.
So sneaky.
Okay.
How far up were Helga and Fierna? We were all able to see the rest of them, like, so we could see Helga like point Fierna's face.
I'm
Is there
assuming
direction
you
or-
guys are still really close. So,
Okay.
are you saying how far they are from you, or how far the orcs are
Right.
from them?
From
10 feet.
They are from us. Okay, so we could see Helga like grab
Yeah,
Fierna's
yeah.
face.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted just two people to do perception, just because.
Got it.
Just as far as that.
I wasn't sure if they reconned ahead.
No.
I would like to go for the area that Helga pointed Fierna's face in.
Okay. All right. And we're kind of planning this in advance first, so Renora's going to do that. Rest of the group, what are you going to do before we start making the moves?
Hold my action.
I think.
Okay, so you're gonna stay
Mixus
still?
would-
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the held action? Sorry, Nick. What's
It's
your held
gonna
action?
be to shoot an arrow at whoever gets shot first. Try and take them down fast.
Okay, so you're gonna. So you have to
Clarify
have your
that.
bow.
Clarify that. Like enemy who.
No,
gets
this
shot.
is okay because you're not in
Enemy.
combat. This is okay. You're not in combat, but you have to have your bow ready. That means your bow is in your
Okay.
hand,
And I'll
and
have bow in hand.
that means you're holding your action until it's your turn, and you're essentially moving your action to the person's turn it is. But once you go into combat, you're gonna have to be more specific. All right, so you're gonna be doing that, Mixus.
Sorry, I do want to clarify that I'm not gonna like go right up to the spot. I'm gonna go as far as it takes me to be within a good range with my bow.
Okay. What's the range of your bow?
The range of my bow is 80 feet.
30
So
feet. So, based off of where the head was moved to look at this person and the blanket of shadow that's there, you assume this person's about 120 feet from you.
okay.
And most of that wall is blanketed, so you can probably be just as stealthy as that person is.
Okay.
Mixus, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go stealth up a tree that looks over the actual camp and start picking them off from above.
I'm sorry to tell you, all the trees are dead. They're burning them all.
Disadvantage.
Makes us like to rage.
So I guess how are they hiding? Up in like.
Okay, so
they're drows, so they're rogues,
so
they can hide.
So to explain, the one that's on the ground floor that Renault is trying to go in for. So where the moon's hitting, because it's dark out, the moon's hitting on the opposite side. So there's literally no skylight hitting against the wall that you guys are going towards. The drow that's on the ground level that Renault is going for is under such blanket of darkness, and there's so much shade. Standing still, they're basically being like what Drax wants to be. The ones that are on the top floor that's like 30 feet up, they are not actually fully hidden. They're still walking back and forth, but they're being really quiet about it. The reason why you guys can't see them,
right?
Correct. The only reason why you guys can't see them is because they're upwards, and there's a lip of a walkway. So you guys just don't have the proper elevation to be able to see over the curve to see them. And since there's no light, thus no shadows.
Okay. So it's more of like a rocky terrain right now.
Only if you wanted to climb the mountain.
Right.
Everything else
So
is even terrain.
Is there any like brush or anything like that around?
So, can you guys see the map that I got on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those look like trees, and you said all the trees are gone.
That's brush.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's brush. So
And where, like in this, where is their camp in this location?
okay, so it's supposed to appear, but
Just
it's
curious.
not. It's not appearing. So
Oh,
so right here is their campfire. I'll put their tokens of where they are in here.
okay.
oh, thank you. We're really good with our imagination, but
where are they? Oh god, why does it do this to me every time whenever I need it to be done at a certain time? All right, well, I'm just gonna use fake tokens for right now, just because it's
That works.
it's fine.
So we are going to do. If it loads anytime now, big guy. Come on now. Okay, there we go.
I believe in you. Come on.
Oh, they look like the perfect drows. The perfect.
Well, these guys are
Purple
not.
guys.
These guys are not drows.
I
These
know.
guys are
No,
the
these are
orcs.
Yeah.
the orcs.
I
1, 2,
know.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
You guys are coming from this side.
Right.
Okay.
So to imply, I'm gonna draw something outside the map. So, okay. So, okay, stop. Stop it.
Fucking stop.
Okay, why are you doing this? Fine. It's just not working for me today.
Yeah, I think it's because of the map isn't over there, so we see where your cursor's coming
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
back and forth, but the map's not big enough to show that.
Alright, we're gonna just do
There we
that.
go. Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna use Renora as a starting point. So and the one drow is right here.
Okay.
He's kind of hiding in some brush line with the shadows. Up 30 feet within the actual mountain itself. It's just a flat spot. Because the mountain goes up and it's flat, you guys are beneath it. You guys can't see what's in your blind spot.
Okay.
So,
That makes sense.
Mixus. So again, what are you gonna do? Because there's
Um,
brush line, but there's no
in-
trees.
What is like the incline like on the sides?
Very, very
where we
steep.
would-
If anything, it's actually
Okay.
more straight up than angular.
Okay. Well then
I-
never mind.
Okay. I was gonna say I could float you up there.
No, I don't. No, that.
She wants to
wouldn't-
hide. She was looking for
It's-
someone to hide.
All right.
No, I was thinking of something else, but that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I would just go into this brush here and make my way close over to one of these guys to kill them
Okay.
from afar.
Okay. And then, what about Murph? What do you want to do as far as starting up when we're planning?
We're not known for
Mark,
being
yeah.
stealthy.
I was gonna say, Marsha would literally walk forward and go, You're not. You're not. You're not the challenge. You're not the queen. You're the forerunners. Let us pass and have a proper audience with the queen.
Who are you gonna say us to when it comes around?
Say it again.
Who are you gonna say us to when it comes around?
The
The air.
open, yeah.
Yeah. Just shout it out.
To the ether.
To the void.
To the wall.
Okay, I will have a thing for
And the
him. Then.
window.
I will have a thing first for Murph then.
Okay.
I will give Murph Death Ward. So he might not get shot to death.
Fair enough.
Might not.
Might not.
Might not.
I like that. Hopefully, we don't know, but
So Murph, I'll cast Death Ward on you. So if you go down with it for the next 8 hours, if you go down to one HP, if you go down all the way, you come back up as 1 HP. It's a one shot, but don't shoot your shot.
Okay. What about Helga?
She's probably just going to continue to back away, or at least separate herself from the group, but kind of try and move herself into the brush area to obscure any moonlight that might be coming through. Also, if she were to lose control, she'd rather lose control in the forest than in front of all her friends. So,
Fair.
yeah, so she's just gonna make her way into just like the nearest brush she can find, and just like, she knows enough about herself to know how bloodlust works, and it's usually the first person you see, and she'd rather take that to be hopefully not one of her friends,
Not Xander.
just one of her friends, any of her friends. So if she loses
Technically not
control, right, if she loses control, she'd hopefully rather it be taken out on someone purposefully.
Sure. Alright, now we got the right tokens up.
So you're saying Xander?
Yes.
I heard Xander.
Alright, so we got
Like,
some
do
stuff.
you make any motions or anything, Helga, when you're going off? Do you like let like somebody know like, hey, I'm gonna go that way?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's kind of like in pain.
Yeah.
I would imagine so, just because the shifting from earlier wasn't comfortable.
Right.
So I'd imagine that this is more uncomfortable. So I mean, she may not say anything, but she's definitely like, you know, kind of like a dog with fleas, where she's very like twitchy and
Sure.
fidgety with herself.
All right.
Alright, so we're gonna start doing things in order. So we're gonna start off with Fierna with your big number. So you're holding on to your bow, but do you want to move?
Probably not, because I don't want to risk being seen right now.
Alright, and we're
And
gonna
I know
go.
I am not the stealthiest.
Okay, we're gonna go to Murph. So what was your held action? Was it just your dialogue that you did?
Your big epic speech.
Yes. He gave a thumbs up.
Okay. Xander, held action.
And now I cast a death ward
Got it.
on him.
Renora, go ahead and move what you need to move.
Murph, we can't hear you if you're talking.
There you go.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. All right. Renora, give me a stealth check
You got you, bro.
to make sure they don't spot you.
Just kidding. I couldn't move that far. Sorry, I went to go double check my movement speed.
Rough.
Oh no.
Well, combat it is.
Oh, okay.
What'd you get?
I got a.
You got any coins? Or inspiration?
I got lucky. You know what is that's what I have.
And then
Got
get
it.
to
Oh,
that.
nat 20. Let's go. 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
Except
able to
I'll
get
get
in
lucky.
in the blink of night without anyone spotting you. In fact, the rest of the group has lost you in the darkness.
Good.
Amendment.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You.
Well, if that ain't Renora,
you
I
just-
don't know what is.
It,
Like,
so 5, 10,
I'm
15,
Renora.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 65. So 70 feet is what you need to attack this guy. You're in stealth. He does not see you. And in fact, if you've got a natural 20, you can easily assume that even if you don't see someone, they can't see you either. So if you want to fire off your bow, you can, since that was planned.
I
for
am
this
in
time.
range, huh? Yeah, she's definitely gonna. Wait, let me see if there's anything special I can do about that.
sneak attack, bitches.
You do get sneak attack because you have your expertise. It's not expertise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
perfect.
got advantage because you go before them,
Awesome.
and then natural
and
20, you get to roll twice.
Yeah, literally shoot your shot. Don't.
19.
Let me double check. Pull up the assassin sheet. Yeah, that's it.
I guess none of the special things about this would apply.
What things? Oh,
Um,
pass it on the traits.
Yeah.
So you could if you want to, but everybody has a held action, so it wouldn't apply in this turn. So,
yeah. Okay. Got
but
it.
yes, in normal circumstances, it would apply.
Okay. 23 damage.
Okay. You just immediately fire off, and you just hear the whistle slightly of the actual arrow firing off as you just immediately just see him get impaled. Immediately draws a sword. Fuck.
Do I have
My
a
action
full
go
round of action? Like, do I get a bonus action also?
Yes.
And my 2 attacks per action?
Technically, yes. Even though you're not in
Okay.
combat, you are still taking your turn.
Because I rolled a 20 on the stealth, I get advantage on all my attack rolls, correct?
Just on that one.
Just on that one. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I did I did ask that after rolling with advantage. So we'll say that those are my roll to hit for the next 2.
Wait.
24 and 21.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, even 21 hits.
Pew pew.
And then I'll just hit that one more time.
Yeah, you will.
15 and 19.
See, 19. Immediately, like, as he immediately draws the sword, he rips out the arrow. You just immediately quick fire off another one. You just hear the whistle as he immediately just gets impaled in the side. As he just drops down dead.
Good. Yay. I'm doing you, Mom. I'm doing you proud, Mama.
They're dead. Yay.
I'll kill them dead.
Anything else you can do on your turn?
That would be it.
Okay, so then we would go to Helga, your held action. Your held
Yeah.
turn.
Just gonna. This is brush down here too, right? Cool. I'm just gonna stumble on into the brush.
Stealth check, please.
Stumble.
19 plus 7, so...
Okay, yeah, you're good. Okay. And that's all you're gonna do is just stumble into the brush?
I don't suppose I can insight check myself to see if I notice anything different being inside forest versus out in the open, could I?
I'm not gonna bother. There's really nothing different. You're not gonna notice
Okay,
anything
that's
different.
fair.
Brush.
Yep.
We're in the brush.
All right. Serena technically goes next. I don't have her token on because I'm a fool. Where are the characters? Where's Serena? You fool!
You need Tilly, too.
And then, oh yeah, I don't have Matilda's token here. Fuck.
All the NPCs.
Yep.
Too many
And
NPCs.
she is, I'm gonna say, she's also gonna hide in the brush, so 5, 10, 15, 20. That is
Okay, now they're all
a
going
21.
where I was gonna go. Now I need to move. I'm thinking of where I need to go.
Mixus.
I know I'm gonna have to. Well, now I have to move because they all went in the brush that I was going into. Gonna go into. So.
It's my brush.
Well, no, I don't want us to be that close. That's
I know.
too many people in one spot.
Yeah.
Not really any other coverage than
All right.
that.
Well, you know what? Here, this is what I'll do. I'll have her use her ability, and she's gonna misty step, and she's gonna appear over here.
Oh, okay,
Oh, that's fun.
that's better. We need to spread out.
Mhm.
Okay, then I'm gonna do what I was going to do. I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot this guy, and he's an orc, so he's actually a favored enemy. Technically.
Also, he's asleep, so you have advantage.
Sweet. I'm gonna shoot with my arrow, my fancy bow.
Okay.
Fancy.
So first one, 28 to hit,
You betcha.
27 damage.
Okay.
That's the first bow. Do I get, and then I gotta do the other. Whoa, Jesus! Oh, that was a natural 20
Jesus.
for 36 to hit,
Yep.
and then 15 plus 6 crit.
Okay.
Damage.
So immediately pull back as you fire the first one. You fire another
It's
one.
okay.
As you immediately impale him, and you impale his throat right into the ground, and he just immediately opens up his eyes for a second, and he just immediately dies. Seconds after he wakes up.
Then I'm gonna move up a little bit because now he's dead, and I can still move. So there we go, and that's my turn. I'm gonna
Okay.
hide in the brush.
Matilda's gonna stay back, half because I don't have a token for her right now, and the other half is because she's not ready to do this quite yet. So she's gonna
She's
hold back.
afraid because she's little. She's gotta watch her sister do it first.
Okay. With that, held actions are done. Before we start the next round, we're gonna stop it there for tonight. It is getting
Yeah, I was
pretty
like,
late. It's getting pretty late.
Yeah.
So, thank you everybody for watching. We don't usually have it go this late, so we're gonna stop it there. We'll continue off
Please.
in 2 weeks. Next week is our vacation time. As much as I like to play next week, we do need to take a break once in a while. Let the bodies regenerate from doing all this, but it's always fun. Do not forget that April 11th, a lot of us will be present over in Beloit, Wisconsin at 5 Bar for a fun live D&D session, one shot.
Woo!
But yes, we do not have any D&D sessions of any kind next week. No Star Wars, no Blades, no Echoes. So we will not have any streams. Maybe we'll have something for game-wise, but no D&D stuff. That being said, everybody have a fantastic night. See you next time. Good night.